I should have switched it on the end of that last song. I apologize. Hey, how's everybody doing? A little break, a little weekend break, but I'm always happy to be back. Nazetia, you know, from 30 to 10 bits, 40 bits total. You're the type of guy who's gonna make me cry. Thank you so much, and more importantly, thank you to everybody for being here. I know this is ECAC, and I know there's a lot of you who don't particularly play in this tournament, but hey, job. Sorry, Lewis is going crazy. I don't know if you can hear that in the background. Speed Demon, thank you so much. A 20 stream, Speed Demon, a 20 stream streak is genuinely no joke. That is, I don't have cancer, I promise. What is that? I think it was my headphone. Bye, Zephyr. Bye, Lost Aimer. Nazetia, welcome. C. Carvey. First, far from it. You're looking at like 20th, 30th or more. But that's okay. In my heart of hearts, in my card of cards, you're first some of the time. Who else was here? Kindly Monkey, Grap, Soares, Small Guy, Atmo, C. Carvey. I already said your name. Speed Demon. All right, Aimer. If I heard of a certain team wins today, you were giving an RTX 5090. That's right, guys. If Falcons win this lobby, I'll be giving away a 5090. You're getting the 5090? Guys, type exclamation point, enter in chat to get your hands on that Falcons dub 5090 giveaway. Okay? Yeah, there you go. Gotta get those exclamation point enters in. Bro, I'm surprised you know what a 5090 is. You're saying that to a guy, whatever. It's bait. It's bait. It's bait. It's bait. I can feel it. Hey, enlightened, enlightened. That's where I find myself. Enlightened, enlightened is how I am. Oh, that's a terrible song. Enlightened. Thank you so much for the subscription, my friend. You have been subscribed now for 3 months, which, by the way, for those who don't know, 3-month subscriptions are about to become something very cool next month. Wink, wink. Anyways, Enlightened, thank you. I believe I already have you up here somewhere. Where are you up here? There you are, top right. There you go. Legally bound, by the way, I've clipped and sent to my lawyer. Yeah, that Falcons dub today. If that comes through, I got to give away a 5090. Very important. Enlightened, you join with another little addition right there. And more importantly than that, you take us to 500 and actually 25 on the subathon. I should start that timer. Enter. That's right, Kaz. Get that exclamation point. I'm casually debating my chat. What if we wanted that special 3 months but couldn't catch up? Just do it. Play your team's fight song. Nez, what is your team's fight song? You're a pro league team. What is 2 seconds. You did not lose interest. Okay. Sorry, my cat. My Dixon Dallas good looking? Oh my gosh, Dixon Dallas good looking? Holy, I haven't thought of that song in years. Okay, we're gonna put it on low. Is anyone from ECAC currently here? All right, you get like 30, you get 30 seconds of this song, just 30 seconds. Or at least the chorus, maybe. Can you guys hear this? I love this song.
There's something about the way you look in my eyes. Like a starry night, you light up my sky. You lean in closer and my heart starts
only 30 seconds, though.
Oh. I heard you sigh, you know I love that sound. He's bouncing off my booty cheeks, I love the way he rides. I can hardly breathe when he's pumping deep inside. I kiss him on his neck and then he kisses on my pussy. Call him daddy while I holler, man, that boy's so damn good looking.
Excellent. There you go. I'll gift a sub if you sing the chorus. Carvey, where's that sub at, buddy? Where's that sub, buddy? Oh my gosh. Brokeback Zephyr. Hey, if that's the request, that's where it's got to be. I'm surprised you guys am I supposed to update my graphics drivers? Hey, Carvey. Thank you so much. Are you up here already? You should be. Carvey, I don't actually think you're up here. You're gonna have to pick a color, buddy. Now you have to sing the chorus. I don't think so. I don't think my guitar comes through well enough. But let me get the chords. For you, Carvey. Just the chorus. What's a C major 7? E minor. All right, there we go. I played so much Deadlock today. Welcome. Blue, it's my favorite flavor of crayon. No shot you can play guitar? I can. Welcome, Enlightened, of course. Thank you so much for the subscription. 10 gifted from Sarah if you sing. 10 gifted from C. Carvey if you sing the whole song. If it's 10 gifted, I'll do it. We got 5 minutes till game starts, though. I am going to do that. All right. He's bouncing off my booty cheeks. I love the way he rides. I can hardly breathe when he's pumping deep inside. I kiss him on his neck and then he kisses on my pussy. Call him daddy while I holler, man, that boy's so damn good looking. There you go. There's your Dixon Dallas chorus. The annoying thing is that country music is probably the best thing I can sing. Can you sing Hillbilly Deluxe? I don't even know what that is. At least I knew what Dixon Dallas was. That's a classic. That's an old-time rag classic. Bro, please. Only if there's money on the line, buddy. And the price just went up. All right? Price just went up. We're at 2-3 subs now. Okay? Okay. I don't even know what it is. All right. The problem is I'm not good at singing things that I don't know. Anyways, welcome everybody. It's a pleasure. It's a fun place to be. I could not be more happy with the plethora of folks that are in these lobbies, and we got this. How did I sound on this clip? Hold on, I'm gonna re-listen to it for 2 seconds. All right. He's bouncing off my booty cheeks. I love the way he rides. I can hardly breathe when he's pumping deep inside. I kiss him on his neck and then he kisses on my pussy. Call him daddy while I holler, man, that boy's so damn good looking. Excellent. Excellent. You guys got that for a double dig there. All right. So, let's jump on over. We are officially in ECAC today. This is a match end, but it should be starting soon. Predictions on the line. Last time around, I'm going to do match quality, of course. Match quality start. Match quality over under 7.0. Over under. You guys got 5 minutes to get that in. 7.0. For the rest of you, though, plenty of time ahead here for plenty of good-looking ECAC action. Now, does not look like Collegiate Apex will be joining us today, and for a couple of these teams, notably Kaiser and Fuel Esports, they will be playing as a duo. So that is just how it goes. The rest of these teams, though, we'll just see how it falls. The best team in this lobby, from what we have been able to sniff out, is Penn State Apex Blue. TTV, Awful Yo Guys, V-Rays, and Days. They're fantastic. I like Thoric Spinks, Magic Trickster, and Rye Dugstar. Just did not get a lot of motion on them last week. They were not performing to their very, very best. So, we'll see how it goes. Fuel Esports, they're missing one. They were not terrible, but this is a new week, a new mixture of lobbies, and we'll have to take a look and see as it goes. Games have officially started here, so we are just waiting on the delay to catch up. I don't think anybody else is particularly... Yeah, just looking at these names. Okay, Ursa Tuan there in Kaiser University Academy. And they're playing as a duo, so it's a struggle. All right. Man, oh man, I had a great time yesterday. I got to take a little bit of a load off. I traveled up to Dallas, so I took a 3-hour drive, going and coming. And I visited old-time friend, Pear of Texas A&M University. And we had a cookout, and we got to enjoy arguably what was one of the most mid-offs of a Super Bowl of all time. It wasn't even a mid-off. It was just, I mean, other than Seahawks having a couple slippery hands until the fourth quarter, it really was, it was a slow-going game with terrible advertisements. And honestly, the only good thing was music the majority of the time, which was not. I enjoyed it because I like defenses. Crazy. You like also watching paint dry. Who to watch for this in this lobby? I don't know any teams here. I'll be honest with you. ECAC is the lowest watched of all my Collegiate Apex outside of play versus. So right now we know Kaiser Navy's a decent team. The rest we're just gonna have to wait and see. They're still developing themselves. Seahawks Hero broke the record for the most amount of points scored by a single player in a season. Elixirs, there was a certain point. I'm not kidding you. I almost believed that, like, I was sitting, like, third quarter, and I was about to say the new record for this game was going to be the first Super Bowl won by one player, right? The first Super Bowl where the only points scored were by a single player. I genuinely thought that was how it was going to end around the third quarter with the kicker. Obviously, everyone gets a bit tired. The defenses start to ease up. But I after that second quarter, I was like, they're going to talk about this in the history books, that only one dude kicked for the Super Bowl this year. Which, by the way, he was a beamer. Where's Team 19? Benjamin Netanyahu would not let you know that. Did you enjoy the Super Bowl? I enjoyed the festivities around it. The Super Bowl itself was probably the biggest waste of time ever. All it reminds me is the fact that if Bo Nix did not get injured, if Bo Nix was still here and we had a just absolutely fantastic Denver Broncos, that would have been great. That would have been fantastic. And we would have had Broncos versus the Seahawks, and it would have been a awesome game. Chiefs making the playoffs interesting. Chiefs fan. Cringe. Halftime opinion. It was good. I mean, it was, I already listened to Bad Bunny, so, I mean, I just strictly enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. I really, really liked the set design and the homage to Puerto Rico. Fun fact, my friend who I went to celebrate the Super Bowl with, Pear, he actually is from Puerto Rico. So, it was even cooler because he got to sit there and explain a lot of the stuff that I didn't know about it. And so, it was, I honestly really liked it. But I am biased. I am already I'm an ad-only listener. Ad-only. Hey.
Backpack here.
Hey.
Level 1.
Did you guys see the edit, by the way, recently someone put out of all the that ad-only was saying during it's amazing. How many people you know that you can snitch to ICE? None. Okay? And we don't snitch to ICE, alright? I wish they had subtitles, though. I speak Spanish. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I literally don't listen to lyrics anyways when it comes to music. So even if he was speaking English, I wouldn't know what he was saying because I don't know what most singers are saying when they speak. But I have heard that. Would be crazy if it says the best production of a halftime show ever. No, I genuinely think that was the most well-produced halftime show I've ever seen. It reminds me of The Weeknd with Blinding Lights when they were really up close and personal the entire time. I loved that. I genuinely loved that. I thought that was such a cool halftime, and I'm so glad they brought it back, and they made it the focal point. It felt like a music video the whole time. It was cool. Anyways, IUI Varsity Jaguars will interrupt me in the potential for fights a brewing here. A couple of nades up towards the second floor for the IUI Varsity Jaguars. Of course, stuck on the door, but that second floor available. Dragomono right on the edge there. I mean, they're watching this one out, but will be shot from the other side here. Not Sniper.ex has been put away, and for the Fairmont State Falcons, they're getting damage returns with support from a third player here. Perks will still go down for a trade of Dragomono, and when it comes down to it in the 2v2 exchange and the third party on the outside, I don't think either of these teams will survive. It'll be the fall white against the Fairmont State Falcons, as the Varsity Jaguars did start this one off. My only question is, no, Kaiser University does not get fall. Now, it does look like Sniper Spalding or whoever for Starfruit Com was caught out here. OC Esports Apex. That's easy pickup. Not looking good for that 50-90. It is a struggle. The 50-90 may not be up for grabs. Make sure to type in !enter. UL Apex Red were chasing out the Spalding Snipers and a couple of these other teams from the southern side of zone, and who knows? Could be involved here in a little bit later. Looks like OC Esports have taken it further and out away to Barometer. I just debated you. Both in Lightning, Kylie Monkey just got debated. Death Itself 23. A snipe from afar onto Derpy Ninja Frog for Stockton Apex. Actually, that's not Stockton Apex. That's someone else. Either way, it could be a full ascent here, but instead it's going to be a play towards zone. By the way, for those of you who have heard about it, there is the official form out for the IRL Collegiate Apex Olympics for college players. Not chat is fake for not spamming enter. That's true.
Come on, go here.
The form is out officially for that event. And so I will be looking through all those applicants. I'll be calculating a price line out. And depending on where it lands and how much it costs to get everyone involved, should be good. For Stockton Apex, though, not much should be good for them. A full crack up above and a conduit may save you. Hitman is sniped with the, well, Mastiff. It ain't doing much sniping. From afar here, OC Esports now. Point blank into the stairwell will find last remaining member of Stockton Apex to take us down to 15 squads remaining. Can I play? Nazetia, I would love for you to come to Texas and play. But one, you're not a college student. And two, no. But I do have my love for you. NEC Grims. Not much to their name. Fruity Cocoa Puff versus Just Jaw. Point blank send there for Just Jaw. Picks up the 2, and now we'll be picking up those revives. Penn State Apex Blue, though. This is one of the better teams in this lobby, and they just heard plenty of those shots from the early fighting, and now we'll take away a very good gatekeeping position against the Anne Marie College here on the eastern side of zone. I'm getting spammed by Lewis. Hello, Lewis. Lewis, what do you think of this fight right in front of you? Give us a, yeah. You got anything to say, buddy? Is silver the average rank of this lobby? Probably. What if Yans joined Collegiate? I don't know. He'd do pretty good. Look at the floppy boy. Wee. Wee.
Let's hustle that way. Subject spotted.
Kaiser University Academy as a duo does host himself in a decent position for this zone, but they will have to defend it. For Penn State Apex Blue, Anne Marie, there's nowhere to go on the inside of zone here. Now cracked out back behind that rock. There is a chance for them to get this wipe here in a second. Lewis cast a game. Unless there's food on the line, Lewis doesn't cast much. Of course, Penn State Apex Blue, there's not much else to say for them behind this rock there. A couple of good shots. I mean, the drill will pressure them back, and getting sniped from wall is enough to get them off of this building. Penn State now, yeah, shot in the other side of the equation here. Big flesh found down below, and that could be the end of this Octane. Instead, the runaway to the inside is not followed through by B-Rays. For Penn State Apex Blue, die slow. TTV awful, you guys, being sent upon by Anne Marie. And for this roster, a sneak attack means you found death along the watchtower. But double snipes from up above. Penn State picks her on him. Oh my gosh, it looked like it was all said and done. They turn it around. Now Kaiser University as a duo against Muskingum University here. A big stick up above will take it to a 2v2 exchange. I mean, down below, current mud will fall. Plant and Ivy are on the inside. Great job from Kaiser University. Good evening, Wizard. It's a pleasure to see you, friend. UL Apex Red, it's a pleasure to see them in the driver's seat for the start of the fight here, but Augustus, well, he'll live up to the name of Caesar with a death found here at the hands of piercing bullets. Of course, big damage from death itself, but not the follow-through. Instead, pretty bad on the other side. I mean, realistically, finding the remnants of that KP. The Spalding snipers on the other side of the equation here are also as low as can be alongside OC Esports Apex, who might be finding them. And, a couple of easy kills for OC as they pick off the runaways here. Derpy Ninja Frog is down, but okay, we gotta hit some shots. UL Apex Red finally wrapped by the IUI Varsity Jaguars, and I'll guarantee you, this might be the only team here in the equation that can get all this KP. OC will run, Spalding Snipers will run. All right. Put Lewis on the mic so he becomes a dead cat, if you don't know what that means. I know you know. Is that like a Mugenics reference or something? Or is this real? This is real, but this is ECAT, okay? St. Ambrose Esports EMP plays. Genuine nukes down below, but a 2v2 exchange means that St. Ambrose ain't getting down and dirty with fuel for yet. Most teams are in zone here. Is Purdue Black playing? They might be playing in the other lobby. I'll check the scoreboards after game one. How about that? It's definitely the place to play, place to be. Remember, guys, I'm covering all of Collegiate Apex. I mean, any and all of it, okay? Who is playing in this lobby that isn't a random? Probably Kaiser. You guys remember Kaiser from Contenders and their run. St. Ambrose, they tried to stick a couple of resets in, none other than MSU White, who, by the way, were hyper-aggressive last week when we were watching their lobby. Your word? I was about to give you compliments for your play last week, but instead you're caught out by rats down below. Fuel Academy will inevitably go down, but it is partially picked up by Plant on the other side. A couple of names. That's going to allow them to survive for now. St. Ambrose plays the interior of Down Beast. Penn State Apex Blue and William and Mary, by the way, both good teams coming in from these. Do you miss me? Thought I do. And more importantly, I need to see if you got to put an application in to my competition mod. IUE Red Wolves Apex here. 3v3 hike to be held. The Varsity Jaguars have been the only team to consistently pick up KP in this game one. Red Wolves are on the inside here, and they could also be just as much of a pressure, but not. Sniper.ex finds a knockdown. Trades for trades as the Jaguars take it in tow. It is just a 1v1 on the outside here. Oh, 9-bolt caught out as the Jaguars will get the full wipe. 10 squads remaining, and they're the only ones in mill. You did 40 minutes ago? Hey, I will check that out. Now, William and Mary Esports is a team that has qualified for Premier League in Octane. That should mean this should be easy. But Thoric Sphinx takes a big burn from Lexo, and, well, the remnants of this squad is doing a much better job at finishing the times here. A quick jump from Rye Dugstar, and yes, in a 2v3, William and Mary do sufficiently finish that off in Ceto Station. Plenty of teams left to play here. A lot of space available in that Mills area with 8 squads. And stream started lagging. This looks like Voddery's gameplay. Hey, I hope it's not me on the stream lag, because I'm getting perfect clarity, and I'm getting 6,500 up to my connection to Twitch right now. Matthew Moose! A 3-stream streak! Oh my gosh! When are you going to change your profile to my face, bud? Well, it won't be in time for Semo. Nice snipe out and away here, and hopefully you get that full thirst off. That is the Newcastle going down for Muskingum. With the Rolling Thunder no longer in play here, just get that full thirst. The recovery on the Plant would be so annoying as a team that plays off of Newcastle resets. We're just not thirsting this. Come on, guys. Come on. I can't change the Anthony Noyes Moose Antlers picture. All right, Plant will get finished off by Semo Novak there. And for Muskingum, they are down to a duo. For Ursa, St. Ambrose is oh so quiet. But for MSU, one scan, a miss of the Mastiff, and a... What is his sensitivity? What is this guy's sensitivity playing on? The flicky was like lightning flicks. Muskingum University versus UWord there tells me this could be your death. MSU White coming on in, and your word has already gotten the start of that KP and will go down. MSU White, they are safe and secure, but Penn State Apex is right behind them on this high ground. That reset just came through. Spalding Snipers, they've been able to pull this one back together in the late game. Long-range Kraber shots, and that one is a big whip. Is this game one? It is, in fact, game one, small guy. Penn State around the back. 3v3 on the other side. MSU White, I mean, they can defend this. Your word to the outskirts. They will dive for the height here. Penn State has given this away. How you doing, Kayak? Welcome, welcome. You say GOAT. I hope you're talking about the players. This isn't real. Guys, I'm thinking about getting a wheel for ECAC. What do you guys think? Getting a wheel behind me to make the stream more interesting. Just kind of behind me. You guys redeem it for points. I'm about to play with Aoi. Okay, okay. It's good to see you there, by the way, as well. MSU White, they take away this height here. And by the way, that is a height that will play for the end game. William and Mary Esports, though, a trade for trade against the IUI Varsity Jaguars. It's been good for now. But for William and Mary, they get to prove why they are a Premier League roster. They did lose out on Thorg Spinks again. Bro's still saying you word when his name is Andrew. It is Andrew. I know it's Andrew, Wizard. But that name just says your word. Fine, fine. I'll say Andrew. Mr. Flicky with the high sense, okay? How many gifted to let Lewis cast a game? The entire game, it would have to be 50 because he doesn't say anything. Lewis doesn't say a single thing. You guys would make him, you would just sit in silence for 20 minutes. No one wants to watch my cat silently sit in front of the mic. And if you say you do, you're trolling. Semo Apex Ruby finally in a position to get these long-range shots down. Magic Trickster, by the way, double knocks and a full thirst there against the Spalding Snipers. Alyssa Chu, I can only assume she will run away here. I mean, stuck as a single person remaining. Just because you can't understand doesn't mean to be bad. Something tells me you weren't a fun of bad baddie halftime. No, I actually loved that halftime show. You are so funny. William and Mary, Penn State. A couple of other exchanges here left to go in the tank. 4 squads on a round 5 close, and you'd hope there'd be more left. But, oh my gosh, Andrew has 6 shotgun bullets. That's it. This roster has no ammo whatsoever. What is TPUSA? What is that? Anyways, big knocks from Andrew. That should be enough to get the reset.
I have a subject in view.
And that would be knocks ahead here. Semo Apex, though, on this height is massive. Nez, thank you for the fake 50. My ego's inflated. I didn't even know that was a thing, by the way. Turning Point, is that what the TP stands for? Turning Point USA? No idea. That's cool. Or not. I don't know what it is. Whatever. William and Mary, apparently they've lost one. It's not toilet paper. I thought it was Toilet Paper USA. That's a good brand.
Targets. Enemy spotted.
Well, Semo Apex, please, Novak, put a bullet in their skull here. A couple of gas traps around the back, and this team has one of the best positions for this end game right now. Penn State Apex Blue, though, are still very healthy and in this next zone. William and Mary, they're going to find a couple of final shots here around the back. The boat check coming in clutch here to Magic Trickster. Elixirs, you got to give subs to Zephyrcast, not Bepper Bast. Travis, welcome back. I don't know who you can call frauds in this lobby. I think if you want to target a fraud, you got to go for Penn State right now. Okay? If there's any, I mean, that's the best team in this lobby, so you pick the best team, and typically that's who you call frauds, usually. Semo Apex, they're going to be on their way back to the exact same rock. One Valkyrie ultimate for a reposition to the exact same spot. Andrew with a couple of major knocks here on William and Mary to put MSU White into the final third position here. MSU White on the low ground, Penn around the back, Andrew sending it all the way with the Mastiff. The sensitivity is not helping right now. A crack from Daze, and Andrew finds themselves stuck with nowhere to go. Get your exclamation point entries in chat for the 5090 giveaway when Falcons win today. The Falcons have to win for the 5090. Exclamation point enter. Thank you very much. Well, Semo Apex have bided their time. MSU, you saw the full send from Andrew, and you know what? The missile swarm will be all said and done there. Semo Apex now, one good final crack around the back here, and this should be you set in stone, a coffin ahead. 150 drop onto V-Rays. Penn are down to a duo. The Newcastle reset is coming through. Bolty's around the back for a re-knock onto V-Rays as that Newcastle's going to try to make this count again. Sharpie on the other side. A peek behind the castle wall. It's a trade for trade, a 1v1, but Semo are still on top of the world. How is Penn State the best in the lobby? You know, it is ECAC. How to avoid taxes in Apex? I'm not quite sure what you even mean by that. Well, first game of the day, all said and done. Let's go over that scoreboard while we wait. The game is already starting here. I asked you guys before this game, over under 8.0. Sadly, it is a 4.0. Well, looks like MSU White do come out on top with 17 points, 16 for Semo Apex Legends Ruby. They don't have quite as much of the KP, given that they were playing from that position almost all game long there. William and Mary with 11 does prove the fact that their Premier League, at least iteration, looks pretty darn good. Magic Trickster, by the way, currently a darn good standing for them. Andrew's kind of in a similar situation. The Bangalore Band will be the first. Of course, Penn State, Apex Blue in second place with 6 KP, and diminishing returns for the rest. IUI, Varsity Jaguars, they got 8 themselves. I'm so good at Gamba. You know what? You are. Player standings, let's take a look at the damage. You know what? We're going to make it a race. Who does better, Andrew or Magic Trickster? We got Andrew from MSU White. Typically, we call him Your Word. Or Magic Trickster from William and Mary. Keep track of them on the observing, all right? William and Mary and MSU White, because that's going to be the next prediction. Who gets more KP? Your Word or Magic Trickster? All right, 5 minutes on the board. Get your bets in here. They led the lobby. They were both on the Octane. They will very likely be on the Octane again. Magic Trickster was 1 KP above Andrew last time, and we'll see how that one finishes out here. Of course, plenty of other stats, but let's jump on to those other lobbies and see how they're at least playing out for the first game of the day, because we got notables like USM, St. Clair Saints, and there we go. Now that's week 1. These are all week 1 lobbies. Where's my not week 1? Guys, I am not seeing the other lobbies. Can you help me get gold? I'm silver 3 and hired someone, but they're not getting on. At this moment, no. If later, possibly. I don't typically play the game, though. I spend so much time casting and making videos about it that I rarely sit down and play it anymore. Granted, the season is coming out tomorrow, and that is like the best time to hop on and play Apex. New windows, new walls. The changes on Catalyst, Bloodhound, Bangalore. Zephyr, can we play Deadlock? I am probably going to host a community night, a community Deadlock night eventually. So it is on my list. When are you playing with Slasher? Oh my gosh, I do got to play with Slasher, don't I? You are right. I will get to it. I will absolutely get to it. I talk shit behind your back. That's completely understandable. When is Collegiate Fantasy? I was thinking about starting Collegiate Fantasy for playoffs just because there wasn't enough time to get it set up before the start of the regular season. So, just a couple of things to touch on before we get into the game because the sub goals obviously are very important to me. So, player interview, did that. 250, did that. Community games night, we've been doing that a few times. Did this. Stage 2 predictions, we did that. When is collegiate merch? I wouldn't even know what collegiate merch to do. I mean, I can put it out there, but I just, it's up to you guys. If you come to me with a great collegiate merch idea, I'm happy to deliver on it. I just, I have no idea. Playing with Slasher, still got to do. Stage 2 weekly tier list for Premiere, we've got that going. Hot Sauce Part 2, we did that. Karaoke Community Night, still got to do that. We've been watching Contenders. We did the cooking stream. Hot Tub stream, we still got to do that. Ice Plunge, we still got to do that. Stage 2 predictions for Contenders, we did that. The 1v1 collegiate tournament, that's going to be later. I want to do that when the season comes to its end, okay? Right now, it's too busy to do the tournaments. The tournaments, the solo queue tournament and the 1v1 tournament, that's going to be towards the end of spring. T-shirt with Octane's logo would sell out faster than 5090s. Okay, but that's not a great thing for me to sell. That's Octane's property, you know? That's not me. Did the 430-50. Lewis emotes. My emote maker is sick right now. They have the flu, so we're still waiting on that. The hide and seek competitions for later. The Apex trivia is going to come up soon. Collegiate skit Apex videos. Those are already cooking. Weekly tier list. Got that. Collegiate scrims. That's going to be a day. You guys can make me play collegiate scrims anytime you want. We'll pick that hopefully at some point. Hot chip challenge. That's going to happen. Weekly premiere recaps. Yeah, I've been doing that already. Team video for every premiere team. That one's a little bit harder. I will cook on that, but it might be a very, very quick thing where it's like 30 seconds per team. Just because, I hate to say it, I started this subathon way back in January with like multiple weeks ahead of the season, and we did not hit 400 until this last week. So a lot of this stuff, we got some time here. The Collegiate Fantasy is still going to happen, but it's likely going to happen for playoffs. Okay? Color your hair temporary. We can do that for playoffs. And then Collegiate Debate Night, I got that planned. And then everything else looks fairly mundane. We're on track for the cosplay stream, which you guys will pick the cosplay. So we'll see how that goes. All right, guys. Let's jump back in game. If you have any recommendations for events or the planning of said events, February is a struggle right now just because every single day has collegiate. Once we get into March and April, where things really start to slow down, that's when we can start hashing out those 1v1 tournaments, the solo queue tournaments, the trivia competitions, etc. And that's just to keep things really fun, light, and breezy. Are you going to fast for Ramadan? I fast every day, fun fact. Anyways. Sloth! It may be a Prime subscription, but you're A1 Prime in my heart. Couple of knocks down onto Alyssa Chu, and Starfruit says, the Spalding snipers are probably not long for this world at the hands of UL Apex Red. Sloth! Sloth, are you up here already? When are you buying me Chipotle? Never said that was a thing. Huh. Wait, what did C. Carvey say they wanted theirs to be? Can you just put me on your tits instead? No, you gotta pick a color for the sign. Gotta pick a color for the sign.
We could go over
Blue.
there.
C. Carvey wanted blue.
If I'm wrong, you can kill me.
Alright, C. Carvey, here we go. Is that for if I come to Texas, can we hang out? Yeah. I'm not in the best place to hang out in Texas. Need to Apex theme cosplay. If we get to 550, we're 25 subs away. Officially now 26 away on the sub counter. Thank you, Sloth, again. My goat. I will let you guys decide for probably one of the playoff days where everyone's watching. There we go. CC Carvey. Thank you so much. Merch is an instant money sink. It's true. Unless you have a massive following already, it's definitely a lot. Clean your house in a maid outfit. True, I guess. Sloth, you got to pick a color, by the way, buddy. You got to pick a color for the sign. Okay? Hope your games are interesting today for you, Zephyr. So far, they're doing okay. It is closer than you think. Surprise me.
Watch out! Looking at an enemy. Way out there.
No one's name is in brown yet. Yo, Blakey! Hope you lose, twin. I'm not playing. That's a founder right there. Except your old account had the founder badge. Yeah, I'm just casting. No super teams in the lobby. Yeah, there's no super teams, so it should be a little bit more even, but they still sometimes make poor decisions. Money Sync doesn't exist. This is Nez. Money Sync doesn't exist for Zephyr. He said to me in DMs he has the capital for 10 RX 5090 giveaways. The value currently rated at $3,999. It's not. Single one is, but for multiple, it's, you know, that. Zephyr is money. It is. That's right, guys. Exclamation point enter in chat for the 5090 giveaway. I want to see those exclamation point enters for when the Falcons win today. Sloth, I'm going to put you on here in brown, okay? I'm going to put you on here in brown because no one has it. Sparrow, though, will be putting brown into the ground. UL Apex red to Big Ultimate. And Careless Crow, though, will go for a trade. A 2v2 exchange. Lexa on the other side. Pretty bad. Kind of living up to their name. UL Apex red. Augustus on the outside has actually got the quick lifeline resets on the interior here. But the full thirst onto Pretty Bad is a guaranteed 2v3. Stepping onto the inside of the nut building, they've got to make a decision to run away or gun away. Meanwhile, William and Mary here from the rest of Premier League have stepped up and are now looking for full thirst to be found. A lifeline down. Rye Doug Star to the interior. Careless Crow found out. Burns from the back, and William and Mary are single-handedly decimating OC Esports here. I don't know if we'll see the remnants of that other squad anytime soon. You should have everyone who typed enter be entered for a timeout giveaway for a week. That's right. 7-day timeout. Bro, mod me. I'll time out anyone who mentions 5090. Punk, you're the last person who should ever get modded in my chat. You are the biggest rage baiter and just a horrible person in general. So no. Locke is a fat fuck. Thank you so much. I assume you're like clipping all of these every single week. J-Bub! Thank you so much for being here. I assume, by the way, Locke is just clipping these. Did the super teams get capped out? No, they're just not in groups 5 or 6. IUI Varsity Jaguar, though, they're going to prove that they look like a super team. A dive, a dip, and damage away. Fairmont State Falcons, they don't look like they get to play. Of course, for Stockton Apex, they're making short work of William and Mary here. It's not the best trade, though. A 1 on the other side as well. Stockton, though, are going to get this heal reset up above. William and Mary, they want to get the full thirst while they can before these ports come through. There's the drop onto Ice Shadow, Ice Fox, Ice Shadow, Fox, Ice Shadow. William and Mary now, only one remaining member there. It's Imperial, not the Howl, to run away. Cumberland, Southern Miss, and then yes, Minnesota is also in it. I gotta write Sloth's name down, guys.
We could jet over there.
Sloth, you go right above Limbox. Perfect positioning. A man with aura, etc. So, Zeph, is my name on there?
Got ourselves a
Enemy out there. Moving that way.
I might not be able to read, but I don't think so. I could have sworn it was. But you might have been gifted a sub.
Bogey over. Bad guy.
Zephyr, if I gift a sub, can you draw a cat for it? Of course. So basically, Zeph hates his subs. Well, hold on. OY, if you were gifted a sub by someone, hey, sometimes I swear you subbed off stream. I'll write your name down, bro. You have 5 months. Just pick a color. Jesus. Most people are up here. You know, sometimes they leak through the crack. Okay. Sometimes they leak through the crack.
Subject spotted.
Nez, I'll draw a cat on the shirt. It's okay, bro. It's okay. You know, OY, you can solve this pretty easily. Oh my gosh. Nazetia just gifted a sub to Lewis the cat. A dedicated sub has been given to Lewis the cat. Don't know who that is. Holy. Nez, pick a color for your cat. Pick a color and I'll draw it out. Andrew, by the way, is finding knocks onto Nanners, but William and Mary Esports, they've made complete recovery on this chase and sliding down below. That's one good long-range pickup ahead. Sadly, it will be Kaiser taken entirely out by Penn State. Who's old enough to be on Twitch? Ban him? True. Hey, Lauren! Lauren! I should say that. W-Raid, I hope your time with Gaskin and Lace was great. I hope you guys enjoyed the new season. You're jumping into some Collegiate Apex. Sword Link, thank you so much for the follow. Don't fret, don't stay around if you don't want to. I know you guys were streaming for a few hours there. Anyways, William and Mary Esports, a knock onto Days from afar, and what turned out to be good KP has now fallen flat on their face down to the southern side. Big beams out on the edge, and Magic Trickster will take flight here around the back. A Newcastle reset might get them back up into play. As a full dive, a commit with the beam, a re-knock onto Days. Trickster is low, but from up on high, Trickster will find two. Penner's trying to pull this one back together, but there is no reset when your Newcastle
So let's get
is
you a do-over,
going. A raid immediately into an ad. Those pre-rolls should be off. I'm sorry, though. Thank you either way. Fry UI, Varsity Jaguars, not Sniper versus Anna Marie College. Stuck inside the zone doesn't mean you're stuck without a home. Of course, Philip, falling back for now. Walls might be enough to get safety going here. Full dive, a blast from Ghost, right around the back, and the 301 shots finally are landing here. There we go. IUI Varsity Jaguars picked off, and it's a great roster, sadly, to be picked off. Can you add the 6-7 gift I made you as a remote? Sadly, they're too big sometimes. They don't compress very nicely. And also, Clark, if it's one ad, you know what? That's good to hear. Kindly Monkey, TTV, good to see you, my friend. Lame. Hey, if you can compress it down to Twitch's requirements, I will make it an emote. The only problem is they don't really compress well enough. I've tried multiple times for you guys. It just, by the time you compress it that much, it goes bad. Glitter, my stream was going fantastic, and it is going even better. Johnny redeemed a hydrate. Oh, God. Hopefully nothing exciting happens. Okay, nothing exciting has happened here.
They're far.
I had to catch my cat on the way out, too. Mwah. Look at the baby. Look at the baby. Hello. Alright. Double hydrate in chat as William and Mary goes for the full send. Let's make this quick. Double knocks, Just John, Ghost will be deleted. A dive onto the Newcastle reset. And they make short work of this. There you go. There's your double hydrate. Tisag, by the way, it's good to see you. You're a friend of the family already, coming on over from Lauren's chat here. It's just a baby. It is just a baby. I found Lewis as a neonatal kitten in a parking lot. Woo! And Shadow Ice Fox will find a noggin and a bullet. Easy connects. Muskingum University from up on high, and from the other side, Current Mud will find that full thirst on the high man. Muskingum University. We'll see how it goes. Bounce from Lace to Glitter to you. You just love the ALGS friends. You know, Muskingum University loves all the KP they can get. This is going to be a third party, though, on the other end of the equation here. Newcastle walls to give them their safety. And you peek right into Plant's beam from the other side of this team. Muskingum University, they got all the time in the world. Wrap this one around the back. The lifeline gives you little defense, but there's no help to your name. Of course, a dive into zone. Current Mud looking up on high. Ken Kaneki pumped out there. And for 7 squads remaining, I'm surprised Origo is still standing here on the interior. William & Mary is going to get finished off by MSU. But there you go. Origo sniped. Lauren, thank you for the... I love you. Thank you so much for the follow, Lauren.
Let's go here.
Not excited for ranked dropship again. Hey, you know what? As someone who doesn't ever watch ranked, I'm just glad I stick to the competitive ecosystem, you know? The dropship never disappears from my eyes. It's always in play for me.
Can't look at you for that.
4 squads remaining. Around 4 closed. The IUE Red Wolves Apex 2 were caught out by Muskingum on their rotate from that southern side. We just saw them oh so successful. And we'll see if they continue. Here we go. IUI, they just popped down what shield they could in front here. But realistically, in a 2v3 exchange, you're a ticking time bomb. A slide to the low ground. Flesh is found, but the reset is right up against you. Muskingum, like I said, there you go. Full health, ready to go. Through the window, thread the needle, that'll be. Can you sow us your path to victory here? Plant with a full thirst. A crack on the lifeline at Watson. The Watson is down, but the lifeline is no better. 3 squads remaining. Semo Apex, who just came out on top of game 1. MSU White, who have now dropped the EMP. And we'll see how it goes. What did you add to your Monday streams to make it more exciting? I'll be honest, OI, I'm thinking of adding a wheel. A spinning wheel that people can redeem for points. I think that would be a great idea. What do you guys think? You guys can do stupid stuff like change my accent, make me sing a song, make me watch certain teams a certain way, etc. I mean, I got to come up with a couple ideas, but I think that's the best strategy to make Mondays fun, and just make it a low point score, right? And just it'll sit behind me, and it's an ECAC themed wheel just for Mondays, because triggers the low attention spans. There you go. So we gamble on a wheel. We could also do that. I can make it yeah. Feel like the random POI made it easier to play with randoms. Now that I know I'll find a hyper octane dropping complete set from the squad that screams, "Where's my team?" You know, I'm so thankful every day I don't play ranked, guys, because I would fear the situations that I used to have to deal with. I just play pubbies. And when I do play pubbies, I don't. I just play, Terraria or something. Shout out to Terraria.
Quit pissing around. Move here. Hang on a tick.
Do you even play? Sometimes. It depends on the season. If I really like a season, I'll play it entirely. If I don't like a season as much, not as much. Semo, probably not going to be the winners of this game here. Already with a long-range knock around the back. Couple of big burns from Muskingum, and they cannot take this badly. They got the full thirst, but Muskingum are getting sniped out on the side. Andrew with the Kraber in hand. Double knocks, double peaks. Nothing found yet, but with 2 Krabers, Muskingum are surely not to be the benefactor of this game. A trained eye on both sides with infinite ammo in play here. All right, MSU. The zone is oh so closing, and Muskingum have got your name, your number, and your address ahead. The only thing they don't have are shots that land. 66 points there from Plant right now, and it needs to be a little bit more critical if it means stopping this team. A mobile shield, I don't think was necessary. That's a very, very, very early mobile shield. Should do a prediction if on we'll see a Kraber hit. You know, it's not a bad idea. I will say, though, we have a bigger prediction right now, which is whether or not Andrew beats Magic off of this game. So, we'll see.
Spotted an enemy there.
All right. We are going oh so slow on this one. Oh, it's slow motion. Yeah. Nope. I've heard that sound about 4 or 5 times, and finally a body shot against Current Mud. EMPs from Shrimp there. If there's ever a time to go in, this is the chance. It's slow motion from the other end. A Maggie ball with Andrew getting the Kraber knock finally. There's the big burn around the back here. Resets on the Newcastle, but with all members healthy for MSU White, was it ever a question? All right. The Kraber inevitably did land a couple of times there from Andrew. Let's jump on over to that scoreboard, though, while we have time before our third game of the day. Congratulations to MSU. Let's take a look. Bing, bang, bop. 2 games are stopped. MSU White with 21, Muskingham with 11, and William and Mary with 12. All right, there you go. Terrible. Just terrible. Valkyrie will be banned out this next game. It's high KP for these 3 squads. Everyone else fails to come ever so close there. 4-on-4 there for Varsity Jaguars and Anna Marie College Apex Varsity. They're the only 2 that actually get some KP down. I asked you guys, though, before this game, who would perform better? Would it be Magic Trickster or Andrew? And with 8 KP, Magic Trickster has beaten out Andrew. Only one person bet on this. It was Enlightened. And Enlightened, sadly, your money ain't even going anywhere. It's just getting completely deleted. Redeem, play your team's fight song. All right. Kind of saw. Here we go. The KSU fight song. There you go. Honestly, this is one of my favorite fight songs, Kindly Monkey. Did you draw the cat? I had an AFK? No, you didn't pick a color. You have to pick a color for the kitty cat. Unlightened just got plain old robbed. Yeah, the house took away all of your money and has no violence. I did? What color? I didn't see. The chat goes too fast. I picked pink on your behalf. Silver gray? Okay. Our next bet, of course, right now, MSU now leads at 38. William and Mary with 31. Muskingham 25. And there's Semo Apex, even though they finish first and third, just like MSU White. A 5 KP versus 19 is a massive difference for this roster right now. 19 for Penn State Apex. The IUI Varsity Jaguars at 6 with 17. Check your DMs. Okay. I will see if this is enough. Right now, this GIF, I edited it down, now add it. Let me see. It is currently sitting at 1,000 kilobytes. Let me check. I will check very quickly and see if I can add this as an emote for you guys. Is it? Nice. There we go. It is uploaded. You can find it. No problem. All right. I got to draw a cat for Nizetia. Little gray kitty cat. I'm not the best. I'm not the best at drawing. So give me some leeway here. But I will draw this while I have a chance. Plenty of games ahead here. 4 on the board. For our drops, though, we still have 1 storm point to go. Is it okay if I ask for 2 because I have 2? Or is that greedy? I mean, I can try, but I'm not very good at that, Nez. You're already tussling with a very, very rough kind of.
Optics here, mid-range.
Barrel state, extended light mag here. Level 3.
Optics here. Close range.
beacon there.
Optics here. Mid-range.
All right, Nez. There you go. Put my game in cursive, Gangi. Thanks, love ya. What color? What color? I know Zeph has good cursive, surely. Yeah, I'm not too bad. Nez. There he is.
Oi, go in there.
This is as good as I can draw.
Let's go this way.
What the heck, man? Why can't I use the moat? Aw, kitty. W, thank you. Oh, why? What color? You said pink originally. Red? All right. OI's name in cursive. It's OWAISI. Oh, this is
I need it. Forget that.
That way, come on.
okay. It's an easy name to do. It was actually surprisingly a lot easier than I thought there.
Head over there.
There it is. You won't be able to see it other than it's just on the poster now. Maybe I'll take a picture. Anyways, Semo, Apex Legends, Ruby, they've heard my criticism on their KP, and that will lead to possibly some extra damage here against the IUI Varsity Jaguars. From around the other end, though, a drop onto Sharpie, and it showcases why this team has struggled to find damage. A knock on the Jaguars, though, takes us down to a 2v2 situation here. And, ooh, defender breaking in the back, but not before not snipers picked off here for IUI Jaguars. This is not a fight you should be losing, but now the full thirsts are coming out. Defender is getting the pull, dives around to the interior, and single-handedly, Novak seals the deal for Semo Apex Legends Ruby, and that's some of the most KP that we've seen. Before you send it out, you should tweet it out. I will. That's a great idea. Does Spalding survive? Yes, no, 30 seconds, get your bets in. IUE Esports Apex versus St. Ambrose. The people that make NBA basketballs have a college? Who? Who? Spalding. Oh, Spalding, the brand. Yeah, I'm not quite sure about that. Anyway, St. Ambrose. I am sure that they've just found a big beam there. A teleport from Rouse on the other side. Ursa, you got to make this one count because the rest of your team is done and dying here. We're just letting IUE peel it out on the inside. Sergeant Smitty's no better to their name, but Ursa takes the trade on the teleport back. And for IUE, they've been more than happy on this exchange. A couple of big bullets around the back, and now we're questioning if the Fairmont State Falcons can come on in and finish this KP off.
Pick it up. This way.
You know, I'd call them ravens or something of another type of bird to give them, like, I don't know, some, like, birds eat dead things sometimes. What is it, carrions? Yeah, it's just terrible. I'm just terrible. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Anyways, Falcons. You know, 50-90 on the dub, of course, as I've said. You know, they're going to see if they can take that fight. 30 seconds, by the way. Do they survive the fight? The answer was yes. Spalding survived, so yes is rewarded. Congratulations. Let's take a look at William and Mary. Non-stop has there been success for Magic Trickster on this Octane. We'll see if they can actually take it toe-to-toe against Andrew on MSU White. These are the two best exchanges. Actual scam of a prediction? No. They survived that exchange, and that's all that matters. I would never scam.
They might have seen you.
There's no way we... No! Come on! All right, Penn State Apex Blue will lose out on finishing off that KP, but the revive on top of them should be enough to finish off the job there. There goes Fruity Cocoa Puff. And that third remaining member actually was able to hit it off the side there. Penn State keeping that rotate ahead against NEC Grims. Low-key new season changes look good. I'm curious to see how they play out in competitive, especially the Catalyst. I think the Catalyst for Controller Legends, that's a big one. I don't know. I just really do. I think Catalyst stonks have gone up here. Okay? I think Hard Light is going to be so good for comp. I do. Except for he shows a caster showdown, get 20 caster every game, draft the team to see who's the better caster. I could. How would I do that, though? Anyways, Andrew just found the knock onto Thoric Spinks, and that usually means, we'll say, the end of William and Mary here. There we go. Enlightened. Another exchange around the back. And William and Mary, as good as they are, is very, very, very early knock there on the outside pylon. That puts MSU as one of the best teams to win this game. Semo Apex Legends Ruby, they picked up 1 win today. They finished a 3rd previously, and now my complaints about their KP is being hand-delivered to them right around the corner here. That's another chunk of damage onto NEC Grims to take us down to 13. Fuses mid, drops of his blood. Cat will be very good. Marksman is still probably good. Scout care pack is insane. I want flatline meta back. I think we're going to start drifting back towards SMG ARs being a bit more prevalent, just because there is... I think they're just slowly working away from marksman's being the end-all be-all. The fact that 30-30 into the G7, you know, how extreme it's been for so long, I do think. I don't even think there's 20 casters in Apex, Nez. Also, for as much money as you think I have, I spend all of it immediately back on the stream. And so... I feel like hiring casters like that is kind of self-fellatiating in terms of my expertise. You know, it's like I'd rather give the money to collegiate players directly. You know, unless you guys really wanted to see it. If you guys really, really wanted to see it, I would do it. Just make it a charity tournament. Could. But I also do want to make the money. You know. Fuse does seem mid from at least what I've seen. I do think the slow take on his ultimate is not as good as we thought it would be, but I am curious to see it in confined spaces, just as an option, right? 13 squads remaining as we'll pull towards the barometer. A lot more squads alive than I thought there would be, but the problem is the majority of these teams aren't set up here. All right, Semo Apex Legends Ruby. They're going to try to choke out what they can as Penn State Apex Blue from all the way on the side of Jurassic have got their own exchanges. All right, I'll pay you $50 to fly me out to the IRL Apex Olympiads. Probably not. Probably not. Just probably not. Probably not. UL Apex Red. There is no PD first on this roster today. So without their star-studded player, it's only the expectation of failure here. For FC Augustus, caught out on the side. UL Apex Red will be saying goodbye to the Raging Cajuns. Big dubs for the rest here ahead. I don't know how much the Las Cureches to College Station flight even costs. Oh, well, that's the best thing. I'm not flying them to College Station. I'm flying them to Houston. And then I'm just going to go pick them up in Houston because that's way smarter.
Come on.
How did you pronounce La Cureches? I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm sorry, guys. La Cureches. You guys got to teach me at that point. I'm sorry. Anyways, I fly out of El Paso. Oh, El Paso to Houston, easy, bro. Whoa, I put too much in my energy drink. It tastes like an absolute Jolly Rancher. Anyways, Semo Apex, as good as they've been with their wins, their lack of initiative to take fights will be saying goodbye to them at the hands of primarily just Plant on this Newcastle. La Crueches is a new one. How do you pronounce it? Las Cruces. Las Cruces. Is it Las Cruces or Las Crues? Is it Cruces or Cruez? Also, probably the first one. Las. Why is bro making the C silent? I make a lot of letters silent. Cruces. Okay, Las Cruces. My beautiful energy drink juice is giving me the love for the game right now, but not as much as Ghost is loving diving on this team. It will be the IUE Red Wolves caught out here, and the Fairmont State Falcons, sadly, guys, no 50-90 for now. Anne-Marie, Penn State, Muskingum, and Fuel Esports have all got to make their way to Barometer. A team like OC Esports has got themselves set up. You live in Texas. How can you not pronounce a Spanish town? I took American Sign Language for 4 years instead of Spanish. Thank you. It's really not that hard, but I appreciate the effort to learn. I mean, yeah, now I know it's Cruces for La Cruces for forever and always now. Thank you. I was born on the country who made the language. Johnny, that is right. You are our official collegiate Spaniard every step of the way, and you know what? That's as good as it gets. Is that for a serious question? What are the invisible substances, dark matter, and dark energy that make up 95% of the universe? They're matter, and they matter. Where is that NMS? That's where NMSU is from, by the way. Oh, New Mexico State University's in La Cruces? I did not know that. That is interesting.
Care package over there.
I did not know you lived there as well. I've driven through the town a couple of times, by the way. Anyways, Penn State Apex, they'll drive through rosters like a semi if you give them the opportunity. Even with the chance to kick your ass, Stockton Apex will have to wrap this one out. So now, Imperials keeping this one oh so quiet up above, a Kraber in hand. You know, a team like Penn State want to find them, not because of the KP, but just because it gives them the Kraber for the endgame. Gonna need a new power ranking for Sac State after we dominated. Ethereal, you might have earned it, but remember, tier lists are on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Premier tier lists on Tuesdays after scrims, and Contenders tier list on Wednesdays after scrims. Almost as bad as a hobby. Hey, IAH, I've gone to IAH probably 30, 40, 50 times now. It's not a fantastic airport to pick up from, but I just know it well enough. So it makes it really easy for me. Anyways, Muskingum University, they're happy to pick up easy KP where they can find it. Phillips Sonicare fit 530. Is that a razor? All right, whatever, they're dead. That's all that matters. Penn State and Muskingum are right next to each other, and they could be finishing each other off as Anne-Marie College was sniped out here from afar. You know what, that's fair. That's probably how people feel about DFW. The only bad thing about DFW is how much it costs to park there.
Let's go there.
It's highway robbery. If anyone doesn't know, Dallas-Fort Worth's interior airport parking is the greatest scam ever known to man, and it is insanely expensive. It's so expensive that third-party parking outside of the airport, which is where you should always park when it comes to airport, you have to schedule in advance, several weeks in advance, or else it is booked out more than the flights themselves. That's how bad. That's how expensive. Fuel Esports, I can't say they were going to survive for long. As a duo today, there's not much to their name. Kaiser University Academy, they themselves, though, are a duo. This is Insane Cap, just Insane Cap. How much per hour? $650 per hour. Don't look it up. It's Flow Motion with a long-range knock, but a trade and return onto Shrimp sends MSU White and Penn State in a battle for this endgame right now. Andrew is stepping up on the other side to see if they can finish this fight. We'll see how it goes. OC Esports climbing to the high ground of the building ahead here as plenty of teams need to make their way down from the barometer's fire. Muskingum getting shot in the back. Kaiser University Academy, they've turned this team into a perfect 2v2, but it's not before Ursatuan and Lil Droolhead have to move at the whim of zone. It's great, KP. It's a fantastic punishment, but OC Esports from up on high get to drop down and find you before you can cry. Muskingum as a duo, OC as a trio, MSU and Penn up north as a trio.
Let's go over there.
Hey, remote parking is still considered third-party parking, like it or not. OC Esports. We'll see how it goes. Nades up on high. I mean, there you go. Nice conduit exchanges around the back. That's going to allow them to stay healthy here on the 2v3. But the problem is, in a 2v3 scenario, how are you losing this so badly? It's not a 2v3, that's why. Muskingum University is a full trio, and they make short work of OC Apex. The duo that has managed to sneak through it is MSU. MSU are the duo. How is it third party if the shells and airport shit serve? It's third party, it's non-airport shit. What do you mean? Third party means, hold on. Third party parking means it's not in the airport. If you have to get a shuttle from a parking lot to the airport, that means it is a third party service. That is literally explicitly what it means. The parking spot, parking place. Those are all third party parking lots that make money off of offering cheaper parking than airport parking. If you drive inside DFW to their parking lots, it is too expensive. Anyways, double exchanges around the back as Penn State Apex will get a couple of drops on MSU, and that will set up Muskingum for the potential dub here. Now with no resets, Penn Apex, they barely managed to pull themselves back with the Newcastle, but still take the trade of days from the step up here for Muskingum. This might even be MSU surviving the third party on the other end. Down into the river below, point blank G7 Scouts will eliminate the Penn State roster, and MSU Shrimp has managed to survive as a solo here for that second place finish. But when it comes down to it, congratulations to Muskingum University. They hear the pitter patter and they hear the win. Remote parking is DFW airport parking? No, it's not. As someone who has gone to DFW multiple times, the parking lot in DFW is less than 10 feet away from the door. You park and you walk into the security. You walk 2 seconds. DFW remote south or DFW remote north? I'm looking this up. Okay, this is at least DFW themed parking. I will give you that. How much is it, though? I am very curious. That's pretty good. Well, never mind. That's not good at all. $14 per 24 hours? That sucks. Okay, $14 per 24 hours is terrible. That is a terrible rate. You can get way cheaper third-party parking. That is still DFW, and it is remote, which means you have to take a shuttle for $14. That's horrible. You can go to the parking spot and you can get sub $9 for a third-party service. Highest I've ever paid is $10 a day. I'll be honest, OY, the last time you took a flight was probably 6 years ago before the inflation hit. And you know what? I'm with you, buddy. It used to be so much cheaper. Yeah, no, it started to get really, really bad. You go for a 4-day trip and you park at the remote flight. If you park at the remote, that's insane. 4-day trip, you're paying $52. Oh, that's terrible. I just went to Denver 2 months ago. So did I. Anyways. Rage baiting OY is my favorite thing to do in the morning chat. Game 3's finished here. Muskingum with 16 KP. Throughout all of our arguments. There we go. 28 points for them. Penn State with 13 to their own name. And MSU with 15 in their own setup down. That is going to be the only teams that find double digits. Everyone else, the closest is Semo Apex Legends Ruby with 5 KP. The rest of these teams are sitting single-stranded for this game. That'll be the last one of Storm Point for the day. We take a look at the overall standings. That puts us at Muskingum tied with MSU White for 53 on 53. We're going to start our next prediction while we get a chance here. Oh, I bumped my microphone. Who breaks the tie? Muskingum University or MSU White? All right, folks, 5 minutes on the board. Who breaks the tie? I'll be picking 5 people to put on my private jet to the Octane LAN. Oh, I'd ask you to take me, but I gotta ride my own private jet. You know, I gotta Taylor Swift my way down the street. Truthfully told, you know. There was a short time period where Taylor Swift memes of her taking a rocket ship to Starbucks was the funniest shit I was laughing at. They would play dark chocolate or deep chocolate music over it. And man, oh man, that shit made my ass quake. Anyways, 4 minutes left on the prediction. Small guy has redeemed a hydrate. We got 500 points on Muskingum University, 510 now. Guys, someone take the under, even for 10 points. Take the under. MSU White. They are currently in second place with 53 points, and there's no face. I'm paying Zephyr to come solo cast both champs days. Oh, I just poured it all over myself. Oh, I'm blue. Oh, it's disgusting and sticky. Oh, it's gross. Ah! Ah! I didn't have the cap on perfectly. ECAC is today. ECAC is every Monday, for those who don't know. By the way, Valkyrie Newcastle bands actually look pretty good. I also enjoy watching someone throw a water bottle. Thank you. Okay. Well, I'm getting pinged in my server. When are you announcing who go? 12th. What's your opinion on new season? Other than the drop ship changes, I'm always happy for any kind of changes. I think the hard light windows are going to be very interesting to watch, and we'll see the rest how it develops. Penn State Apex Blue at 39, William and Mary at 32, Semo Apex at 30, and the race for the top 6, it could be anybody's game. Of course, drops here, Olympus. I love Olympus. You've got teams like Semo Apex and Dockyard, Penn State Phase Driver, Muskingum over towards Icarus. Where's MSU? There they are, the Gravity Engine, and plenty of teams. Very, very empty here in the middle, though. No Hammond Labs. All the way down, Power, Fight Night, Turbine, Hammond, Terminal, Solar Array. The middle of the map is a ghost town. Nothing to be said. Olympus, I'm out. Brother,
that way.
Just have a little bit of love. A little bit of love.
Optics here. Close range.
Sadly, Singular Frog, the people who had the beef between Penn State and Kaiser have moved on. They no longer have the same players which the beef existed. So it's like, it's minor beef, but it's nowhere close to the fun beef that we got last year. Penn State still has TTV off of you guys, Days and V-Rays, but
Let's go.
yeah. I mean, Kaiser's whole team is gone. But hey, for those of you who might be watching the watch party and playing in the games today, I'm always happy to see beef just start up, because currently in the general chat for the ECAC server, it's just very kind, nice things being shared, guys. So, after the entire Kaiser unit got obliterated, I'm guessing graduated. It usually typically is graduation or someone, settling themselves. All right. Kaiser University, though, Ursa Tuan, Little Droolhead, as a duo here. Gonna see if they can get something started in the 3v2. Wait, actually?
That way.
No.
Attack with target.
No. Just objectively, no. Probably not. No.
Listen, let's move here.
Jesus,
Forget
I'm gonna
that.
start beef
Contact
this Saturday. With who? You're the coach. You're not the player anymore.
Two squads near us.
Hey, Agent Rod, man. Thank you so much for the follow. I almost called you a Gent Rod, man. And that's because Gent is a player, that throws me off. I know, Swank got eaten, that was doxing, so I wouldn't put it past him. Yeah, that's just Swank, though. Swank was a problem that goes beyond the individual roster. Swank was just a horrible person who was racist, crass, and a dickhead. And then they got banned appropriately from all collegiate competitions for being so. Anyways, UL Apex Red, no PD first today. They've gotten themselves a portal to continue their play. OC from the other side will chase the ports that be. But, oh my gosh, we're taking the port. Here we go. I don't know why you would ever take a port play That's like #1 rule in the game. It is a trade, though, from the other side from Careless Crow on a long-range shot. And UL Apex Red, what was big success, has come out back to bite them there. A snipe from Careless Crow or a final shot. And they're getting shot from hydroponics, it looks like. I'm 99% that UL isn't PD first school. University of Lafayette. The Raging Cajuns, the University of Lafayette, Louisiana. ULL is not UL. You know what? We struggle. Not much to say. What's ECAC? ECAC, or the Eastern Collegiate, or the Eastern College Association, the Eastern Conference, whatever, I give up. It is another collegiate league. They host predominantly a lot of schools out on the eastern side of America, notably over towards the southeast and northeast of our region, nation. Fuck. And it's just another opportunity for college players to play in Apex. Schools will pay a fee, and that means they can enter their team in any litany of the games that they have available, and Apex is just one of them. MSU White is a team that has entered themselves into plenty of other squads. Misfortune here. Shrimp was thirsted, though, and is going to be burned out in a little bit. Andrew, though, will finish off that final take on to St. Ambrose. This will be the revive here towards the east. Never mind, UL is them. I'm guessing there's 2 ULs. Yeah. I don't know why they didn't name themselves ULL, but it is still just the University of Lafayette. You know, I guess. But yeah, this is PD first team, and he said he's not here today because he's got a wedding that he is planning for and will be traveling for. So. Right, Doug Starr with a couple of big knocks on to 9 Bolt here. The rest of IUE. I mean, Judah, you got to get running. Usually UL is Louisville, which ECAC always has. Huh. Seeing Caustic Game 4 is wild. I mean, in fairness, though, I mean, Storm Point is not the best map for Caustic, and so it's not much to say. You know, I do think Caustic is very, very strong, but I can totally see why teams wouldn't be playing him on Storm Point to the completion. Valkyrie still got banned. That's a great pick on Storm Point, you know? Newcastle got banned. That's a fantastic pick on Storm Point. The only one that's a little bit more suggestive is Bangalore. That's not as big, but that is a very unique thing to this map. What isn't unique, though, is the end of the Varsity Jaguars. They've had some very strong struggles here in the last couple of games, and for William & Mary Esports in Octane, they present themselves in the highest league, Premier League, and in this game, they find themselves some easy KP against IUI. They got a couple of pings there that will let you know that MSU White's behind them, and Stockton are on the other side of Hammond. Muskingum are out towards Terminal, but the rest of this lobby has got themselves. Surely we know how to pronounce St. Louis and Louisville. Probably. Oh my god, he said it right this time? I guess did I say St. Louis? In fairness, I have a little bit of predisposition bias to my cat being Lewis. And so I do tend to say Lewis very regularly now. And so I will accidentally say Lewis instead of Louisville. CS Dominguez Hills? What was Schmal saying? I'm not completely chalked, guys. You just have to remember, as a streamer, I'm saying so many words so fast all the time. There's gonna be some flubbies. Nope. This is as bad as it gets. I've never seen someone die to piercing spikes. Fruity Cocoa Puff might be the very first person I've ever seen die to a point-blank catalyst spike. By the way, this is before the patch. There's not much more for me to say about that, and there's maybe not much more for me to say about this team here. Somehow the Sparrows pulled this one off, point blank for the OC Esports Apex team. A nade around the backside, and Muskingham's also struggling in their own way. Ivy, full health down. Quick heal from Current Mud on the interior there. Finally, Ivy with the knock necessary. Big burns, and Ivy single-handedly, woo, does get the full return onto OC there, but that was as close as could be. William & Mary Esports, they're finishing up these late rotates around the back end side. They got to get over to the likes of the estates soon. It's Imperial, though, as a single remaining member here on the inside of Hammond's. I mean, you're playing with low time ahead. Plenty of these teams to do the same here on the edge of zone. University of Lafayette, they got all the time in the world to punish these rosters for coming in lollygagging and being just late to class. That's gonna be Perks fully thirsted. Port plays out ahead, and Death itself puts them right in the position to get sniped out here. It's not actually the third party, it's Penn State. TTV awful, you guys. The Sentinel shots, a couple of full thirsts away. Augusta and Death itself have been picked apart there. It is one remaining member for Lafayette for overextending. They'll rotate up to height, and Days is putting in just as much work here with the Sentinel. Penn State Apex. I mean, my gosh, triple snipes available, double Sentinels, one longbow to work with. I can imagine it will explode here in a bit. Shout out to Lafayette, though. Augustus was able to get reset. The Lifeline ultimate comes down, and that team is put back together. The port play to get them all the way to the western side of zones coming through, and for Muskingum University, they're no better. Looks like MSU, a drop onto Seminole Apex Ruby in the kill feed, keeps us alive and running. They're going to be pushing that one in the Oasis area, slightly separated for now. Yeah, they got that full thirst. All right, gang, enjoy the stream. Bye-bye. OI. I will see you soon. Let me know if you need any help. Of course, as always. MSU wipe. I mean, they got trades for days here. The only thing that'll stop them is big catalyst stores on the other side. The rest of the team stepping up, but not for Ghost with long-range wingy shots from the other side of the building. That should be a quick reset for MSU. Your lobbies are out, by the way. Thank you so much. I'll let you know which ones I want this week. Of course, upper lobby for Premier League, but I'll let you know for Contenders on Saturday. Stockton are finished as the rest of this lobby continues to tighten up towards Oasis. For the Spalding Snipers, no, they're not the basketball. Instead, it's the full push ahead here. Muskingum, they get a short, quick finish off on the Fairmont State Falcons. So I'm sorry, exclamation point, enter for that 50-90 if they win.
Heads up. Everybody landed by me.
Iowa State will improve. West Virginia will turn it around. They just need time. Especially in the lower lobby next week. They will be in the upper lobby for week 3. There goes pretty bad. Lafayette was never quite able to get that full rotate out towards the western side. Instead of these teams, NEC, IUE, Red Apex, Penn State, who is still coming in from the 4 western edge. 2 people fell off the map. I'll be honest, this gap, particularly right here, Wizard, is probably where it happened. I guarantee you Penn State probably blast them off with the Maggie Ball if you really want to get down dirty and disgusting with it. Magic Trickster from William and Mary's got a couple of knocks there onto Shrimp, and that lets us know it's not long for this world. Penn State Apex now. Good push on the other side of this one. They're not going to get this KP. I mean, these shots are just, I'd be hitting these, guys. I would be hitting these. But for the rest of Penn State, time is ticking. 34 seconds to go, and that is a knock onto Current Mud, but with that distance separating them, they're just going to get a revive behind that rock. For Penn State, it's time to move, right? Come on, guys. Get your tickets, get your bus seats, get the bus running, get the bus gunning.
Quick, go here.
Let's go over there.
Looks like MSU White were full thirsted on Shrimp that we just saw from a second ago. Semo Apex not better themselves. They're going to be ratting this one out on the exterior of zone. And Marie College here. Really no better. Up on high, though. They will try to finish off these couple of full thirsts on the northern side of zone. Just over towards height. And I'm surprised that they are allowed to stay out here in the complete open for free. Fuel Apex, they themselves could be running into the end of their own game soon. Muskingum University, like we said, racing to define the top of this lobby. First v second place, William and Mary. This is all the time in the world now. You had to move early if you were Penn State. I told you it's time to move. And instead, they lollygag. They try to screw with these other teams. And now William and Mary are in the prime position to just choke you out of playing zone. I mean, look at this. One knock already. And we're okay. Never mind. Penn State Apex Blue will be allowed to survive as Muskingum University find another wipe onto rosters ahead here. Still, you know what? Credit where it's due. I didn't like the William and Mary rotate, they use it to find better KP. That's triple KP for William and Mary, and I should shut my mouth when I see plays like that. It's a good recovery of the eastern side, but it does mean Penn State Apex Blue is still in it as a rat, and who knows? Could always define these end games. Anne-Marie to the north, IUE and NEC Rims still playing this one out. William and Mary, definitely the strongest team left in this lobby. They have found out Penn State there. Rye Dugstar taken low, and you got to be very respectful of these trades. Penn State did get the revives off. So maybe what could be the end of William Mary is a true factor here. Still though, 2v3 on the other side, leaving Penn State as a thorn was a big mistake. There we go, finally, TTV all for you guys. It is just going to be none other than Andrew, who's more than happy to pull a Mastiff to finish you in the exchange. Anne-Marie's gonna start working this one in. It looks like Kaiser University Academy with a nice pickup of their own as a duo here on the very edge of this zone. Shout out to this team. As a duo, have genuinely been able to pick up some good stuff.
Bad guys, let's do this.
All right. 3 seconds. IUE, NEC Grims. It's time to move. Anna-Marie, you've lost out on one, but you're thankful you're playing with a lifeline. For some reason, the lifeline's a fan favorite in ECAC, and it's for reasons of constant, well, disillusion here. Kaiser up atop. Sheila. I mean, this is a really tight spacing by Anne-Marie, but from the other side, watch the knock. Zephyr, I'm trying, LMAO. Hey, try harder. That's the only thing I can ever say to you. I'm still impressed, though. Never, never regret that. William and Mary, the big burns of the full finish onto MSU White, and they've taken out one of the best teams. Little Droolhead and Ursa for the win. Well, as a duo, Juvie, this could be a hard knock life to pull off here. We're not talking about little orphan Annie. Little Droolhead's already down with a couple of big snipes from Rye Dugstar. You are a tick of health away. Kaiser Academy will inevitably be finished off by the Anna-Marie College as we break it down to 4 squads remaining. IUE Red Wolves Apex 2 stuck as a trio, and it's a big peak from William and Mary. You cannot be too conscious with this one. Yeah, cast or curse, Juvie. Cast or curse, Juvie. All right, Anne-Marie's gonna get held out slightly as William and Mary do a great job of rotating around the other side to get these double knocks. Big cracks, and the Octane's up to high ground. Magic Trickster needs to look for this reset, but 9-Bolt is still picked off. William and Mary, NEC Grims, and Anna-Marie College here. A trifecta of finality for this game of Olympus. Honestly, this week for ECAC has looked great. And little call to action. If you guys are enjoying the collegiate streams before we get to this final poll, give a follow, join the Discord. We're live every night with collegiate action, whether it be ECAC, NECC's Collegiate League, Octane, or Scrims. If you want to stay up to date with all the best collegiate action, especially while we're in the competitive Apex offseason, this is the place to find it. Not gonna lie, I forgot you had a Discord. Perhaps I should have. Perhaps. NEC Grims trying to step up here. Anna-Marie's keeping this low and slow on that grassy knoll there. William and Mary have gotten themselves back up to height, but they do present very close here. It's big damage from Rye Dugstar. Philip Sonicare will find a knock on to Ken Konecki, and that is going to be a big drop here for the NEC Grims. Now stuck as a duo. They could still really throttle William and Mary from that high ground. Anna-Marie's gonna bide their time, but slowly will be forced up on either side here. The zone is gonna cut them towards that southern side. Like it or not, NEC Grims, they barely have any cover to work with. A drop of the Maggie Ball as the walls from Fruity Cocoa Puff will give them what they need. Big beams and a peek from the other side. Everybody wants a little bit of this KP. Yasjaw with the drop on the side. A nice lifeline ultimate for safety around the back, and that will put NEC Grims to 1 remaining member. A 3v3 now. William and Mary, they've taken too much damage. The bow send from Anna-Marie. A trying heal as the gas traps come down. Big burns, a 2v2 exchange. Double cracks, and Justjaw has yet to be punished down. That'll be the dub for Anna-Marie. Congratulations to this roster. The slow and trying wait My gosh, the Lifeline ultimate for cover to pressure William and Mary back. The step up onto NEC Grims that actually forces them into William and Mary so that they get early damage. Little bit of trades, but remember, they also had to fight for their way in from that northern side. So congratulations. Let's take a look at the scoreboard and see how it reflects here. All right. 2 games to go. Stick around with us. I asked you guys, though, before this game, who would break the tie? Would it be Muskingum or MSU White? If you took the Muskingum, congratulations. You walk away with the points here. There we go. Muskingum with a 2-point lead above MSU White. William and Mary making a big jump there. And shout out to Anna Marie, now at 37 overall. That game 4, they walk away with 30 points and 21 KP. 9 KP for Anna Maria College there. That will be a big dub. Of course, Muskingum University just behind him with the double digits. They finish in 9th, but the 10 KP is really no joke. It's a shame they weren't able to survive alongside MSU White, who we did see get finished off there by William and Mary at 7 KP. A little bit of a tighter spread for everyone else. We talk about single digits. Of course, in the overall, it is a very tight race for the top, and William and Mary have officially joined into the race. Penn State is 45. They're sitting in 4th place and still very much available for their own return here if they have a good game 5. 37-32 for Anna Marie College and Anna Maria. Sorry, I did not realize that was an A and not an E. Anna Maria College. I apologize. Congratulations on that win last game. I wish I would have read that a little bit better. The Octane, though, is getting banned. And for teams like MSU White, who love it on Andrew, for Muskingum, William and Mary, who love it on Magic Trickster, that is a huge piece of the puzzle to why these rosters tick that will be removed. We'll see if that really slows them down, because the heavy aggression from Andrew every step of the way. Look at this, 8,000 with 26 kills. And there it is, 66,000 with 23 from Magic Trickster. That's a big piece of why they really are as aggressive as they are. Looking at the rest of the lobby, just while we have the time, IUE Red Wolves Apex 2 there in 7th, IUI Varsity Jaguars in 8th, OC Esports Apex in 9th, NEC Grims. They just got a 3rd place finish. That's their biggest dub of the day, 9 of their 14 points. Kaiser University Academy with 14 there. UL Apex Red, Spalding Snipers, Fuel Esports Academy, and of course, Stockton Apex, Fairmont State Falcons, and St. Ambrose Esports. Shout out to Kaiser University. They are playing this one out as a duo all day long. We got 2 games left to go. The Octane is banned. Let's do a damage total. We've had 3K damage. We've had a 2,000. We've had a 19. We've had a 2,000. Ooh, let's do start prediction. 2,200 damage, highest damage leader. Over, under. 2,200. We're going to check the highest damage leader coming out of game 5. Will it be over or under 2,200? 5 minutes to get there. What events are going to be in the IRL Olympics so I can start training? I can't make it that week. No fault to your own. I cannot tell you. I will be releasing more information about it, but right now I need to focus on travel, getting flights set up, and just getting people out there. All I can say is that there might be some that are physical, right? You think lifting, running, moving, that's the concept with physical. Not saying that's what they will be doing, but there's always a chance for physical events. There's going to be mental events. Could be as simple as just a very, very standard strategy game. Could be a real board game. Remember, this is going to be a very long event. I'm going to try to set this up so you can tune in at 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m., 4 p.m. Something is always developing, right? There might be some Apex thematic events to work with as well. But I will say you probably will not be seeing any in-game competitions. It will all be IRL, and that's the whole point, right? We're going to see all of these players. You're going to meet them. You're going to hear from them. They're going to be there the whole time. And I'm also going to probably attach some sub stuff to it too. So you sub, the people have to do something, right? Ooh. 3 minutes, 40 seconds on that bet. Get it in because we are going into our penultimate game of the day, Game 5. Once again, I want to thank you guys for being here, especially those of you who did come around from Glitter's chat. That was a big, nice gift from Lauren. She's a great friend, And honestly, I wish I got the chance to see her more often, as well as Gaskin and all the folks from ALGS, like Lace as well, who was streaming with her today. I miss them. I really do. I miss my family. And to say they are a family is an understatement. I really do miss the folks over at ALGS. We have a very tight-knit group there, and a lot of fantastic people that I love dearly. I have a great time working with them every time. And it's been too long. It's been too long. We're officially coming up on 12 plus months almost since I've seen them. The last time I saw him was May. So it's officially 9 months. In May, it'll be a whole year since I've seen him. Some of them I've actually not seen in a really long time. If you talk about Spider Tiff, because she went through her maternity leave, she had her baby. I haven't seen Spider Tiff since LA, I think. Yeah. I have not seen Spider Tiff since ALGS LA. It has been that long. My gosh, that's crazy. Plenty of other great, fantastic friends and faces there who inspire me every step of the way, and hopefully I get the chance to reunite with them eventually. And if I don't, I'll be at Las Vegas, and I will be probably watching that and having a fantastic time for the weekend, hanging out with hopefully you guys as well.
Shotgun ammo here.
Peacekeeper here.
There is something not right about drinking a liquid that is as blue as
Backpack
this.
here. Level
Like,
2.
this is a problem. I don't care what anyone says. There is definitely something that is not right about drinking a pure blue liquid and putting it in your body. I consider myself to be somewhat health conscious, but
Check out that way.
blue Gatorade. I know, right? And I'm also that kind. This tastes like blue Gatorade.
Down shield here.
Let's trip up to that spot.
Let's check out that one.
What are we putting in you? Unhealthy things. I think that's entirely natural.
Go there. Regroup here.
Other than blueberries, which are arguably purple when they're mashed up, I can't think of a blue thing that you put in your body consistently. Like, what is a blue
Extended light mag here.
thing?
Level 2.
Do you go through the signups personally, or does someone do it for you? I go through everything myself.
Extended heavy
Blue is not natural?
Yeah.
How the hell did we make this?
Positioned there.
Where is it coming from? What do you mean?
Barrel stabilizer here. Level 3. Evil harvester. Jump tower there.
You know what's not natural? How good Muskingum University is right now.
target spotted.
Starfruit Com with a knockdown. Spalding Snipers. I don't even get to cast it because it's already done and dead. Botter, you're going to love one of my responses. We'll check it out in a second. I'm going to review it on stream possibly right now. Just for fun. Anyways, a full send here against the Muskingum roster. Big damage, and they will dodge out on the nade. Ivy is low. Plant is really no better. There's the Nox Gas Grenade to push them back. IUI Varsity Jaguars. Not Sniper gets traded out big and bad here. Beams and a knock. Dragamono's no better, and this could be the failure of IUI Varsity Jaguars. They did not come in quick enough there. A nice crack from up and high, but the Nox Gas against 2 Dizzy does set themselves up for success. It really is up to Plant to start getting some KP here while they have a chance. Ivy is going to get full thirsted out for Muskingum University. They'll take to the zip line to give them their escape there. Actually, it's really only Current Mud. They might have just separated to give them that safety. Plant will get caught out late on the exchange. The Trident is ripping towards, well, I guess it finds its escape. IUI Varsity Jaguars, though, that was their chance to set in stone the end of Muskingum. And to be honest, they could be completely done here, just objectively speaking. I don't know if they survive much longer than that. It really depends on how they get their rotation out ahead of them. But granted, this is ECAC. Anything can truly happen. Anna Maria College here. We just saw them pick up a big win in Game 4. This is their chance to truly turn it around. Sneaky finds a knock onto Semo Sharpie. Winner be winner here. Game 1 be Game 4. They're going to get that full thirst as Ghost takes it up to height. Trade for trade. They got to dodge out on a couple of these nades as there's going to be that altar port play. That's going to give them the safety they need to truly turn this out. Big beams, though, as Semo, while they have been stuck on a revive, they've still got Anna Maria coming in lightning quick here. They're going to stick that reset as the teleport kidnaps or opportunities just don't quite land. That gas is ticking. That should be the first knockdown as Anna Maria have set themselves up as a trio. And there, finally, Philip Sonicare, 530 with a knock onto Sharpie. That'll leave one remaining member here for Semo Apex Ruby. Down and out towards that northern side. I don't expect them to get this. 2 Oasis pulls in a row. One of the best POIs on Olympus, too. Okay.
Spotted a mark here.
All right.
Time for the taking.
Long-range snipes from Stockton Apex outside of the upper height here. They are getting held off, and Imperial, as good as they've been today, St. Ambrose Esports is putting them to rest. Let's see, who else has applied to my IRL Apex while I was waiting? Goth has applied. Meadsy, that's a pretty good one. Group T, Voddery, and Kindly Monkey. Y'all's responses suck. You guys write like one-word responses to my questions. Alright. Muskingum University. They've got themselves in the lead of this fight. That is a lifeline ultimate, but it's really just used for cover.
The lock's over here.
We're kind of pooping on them on the drop there. Either way, when you give them the lifeline ultimate, you basically give them the opportunity for quick reset. Current Mud's going to be more than healthy as William and Mary will find the elimination of OC Esports. There's going to be the small bracelet recovery, but I mean, Muskingham should be able to chase this out if they truly want to. They aren't gonna, but they could. Fairmont State Falcons stuck on the edge. IUI Varsity Jaguars. We talked about them and their failures to get knocks earlier. For IU Red Wolves now, you have to wonder if Muskingham are going to turn around and maybe send them to their grave. Stuck in the corner, though, it will be the IUI team caught out entirely here by, well, not even IUI. It's Fuel Esports who get the majority of those knocks down. Plenty of other teams. St. Ambrose also in the picture here as Fuel Esports Academy Apex. It was Mina who got most of that KP against the Jaguars. St. Ambrose now pressuring this one back. Like I said, Judo will get knocked, but it is on the very edge of zone. If you move this one too far forward for St. Ambrose, they are going to get third-partied here. Telepout over to the edge. I mean, that's the pylon finish. A couple of late resets. Casper the Noob's getting this all one way around the back here. Massive beams. A 99 turns into a laser. 49 BMP. One remaining member, and the IUE Red Wolves will die to St. Ambrose. Fuel Esports Academy are still here, but they're separate. They start setting themselves up for that Oasis rotate. Guys, could you believe I've casted on the highest level for Apex? Looks M&K? He did look M&K. That beam was crazy, though.
There are 2 squads somewhere nearby.
That being said, I do think that was legit as hell. I'm not saying it wasn't. It was just a great beam from St. Ambrose.
Enemy far. Don't let them slip away.
Stockton, they're still fighting their way in. Fairmont Falcons are a solo. Kaiser University Academy, you know we love them. They've got Anna Maria in the side of zone. Anna Maria did just win the last Oasis zone. We'll see if they can do it again. Muskingham, they were gifted the opportunity of reset by the Jaguars. The Jaguars aren't even in this game anymore. They're already gone. So for all of that and what it is worth, if you're going to make a con, make sure you finish the job. Penn State Apex Blue, I've been expecting a lot more from them. Casper the Noob here will find its perks as that final remaining member of the Fairmont State Falcons. And that does mean St. Ambrose is going to be coming in to these estates very shortly here. Fuel Esports Academy Apex has the high ground. That's going to allow them to rotate through that western side. But remember, last time we saw how Penn State Apex really sucked on that very same rotate with getting gate kept out of the Oasis. So it's not a guarantee. There you can hear it. Long range, none other than that. Vantage shots, distant knocks onto Captain Logie tell me that TTV awful, you guys. here comes potentially Penn State. But remember, Penn State got the knock from all the way on the side of zone. Fuel Esports Academy Apex, they do still have that rotate towards that western side. So this should be fine. Stockton Apex, I don't know what to truly say about this one. Stuck with an evac tower, and they're not even towards the estates yet. However they come in a zone, this will be a struggle. Captain Logie gets no better response there, and for Lafayette, up on high, they are getting punished back. William & Mary Esports playing the Icarus area for now, or the carrier, sorry. They will be set up for gatekeeping as plenty of teams. The estates, it gives you real estate, but it is not the place of play for this end zone here. Lafayette now getting held out. It is going to be a separation. Death itself split from this roster. Now it's going to be a 3v2. It's pretty bad. It's caught out by Penn State Apex Blue, and that will leave the running rat of Lafayette to be that final potential opportunity for success. There goes Death itself. We'll see if they manage to survive here. Would you guys like if I casted in my caster voice the entire time? Do you guys want me to sit here and be like, William & Mary Esports?
Okay.
Down towards the carrier for now. A big separation from Thorn Sphinx, Rye, Doug Star, and the rest of this roster. Gonna be getting that eastern rotate into Oasis. Last time around, we saw how St. Anna Maria were able to play from the very same position and win the game here.
It's a full squad, team.
Is that something you guys like hearing or not? I know it's literally my voice. It's just my voice with more emphasis.
Let's look over there.
Mike.
Target spotted.
Go that way. Forget it.
50-50? 50-50? Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it too. Sometimes it's better, sometimes it's worse. No? Yo, Solari, I need a real one. Sometimes I need a real answer like that. That right there, that sealed the deal. Gig 'em, by the way. Anyways, Lafayette, they're getting crabered in the ass. Oringo from up on high. It's not even that high. It's mediocre height at that. They already know that this is a final flesh found against Lafayette, and you're going to pump a drill out and away there. They probably dashed to safety for the NEC Grims. They were also a top 3 finish in this roster towards the Oasis area. They're getting sniped for now by the Anna Maria College here. Stockton Apex wrapping into where we saw NEC Grims. They got to be careful. One bad Kraber, and you might be out of the equation here. And it's not just any Kraber. It is a Rampart in charge Kraber, okay? You don't get to survive that any which way. You die instantly to the Rampart in charge Kraber if the heady comes through. Origo playing this one up on height with double of those walls. Stockton Apex, I don't know if they know a Kraber's in play here. They might have heard it, but they are keeping this very careful on the edge of zone. 57 seconds to go. Woo, there is Origo.
Enemy there. About time, eh?
Tracing that rotate. Both of these teams have got to make their way in zone. Now, we said it was an Oasis pull. This one is playing much more towards the carrier side, especially that no-name, I guess, boxes that they are. St. Ambrose Esports, double flash, Ursa caught out here. The Fuel Esports Apex Academy still setting themselves up. We talked about them getting caught out of zone on the high ground, but that western rotate delivers a place within here. St. Ambrose able to get Hez back in it, but they could take away the high ground. Muskingum University, they are one of the few teams to play the zone directly. And for Penn State, one of the better rosters in this lobby. They have got themselves only one opportunity to defend here. V-Rays and Days are very low. There's going to be the reset stuck, but as these teams come on through from the Oasis, as William & Mary has you in their LOS, this is a struggle now. Penn State, yeah, they're going to be forced to drop to the low ground or play a very, very tight exchange here. Kaiser University Academy, they just got themselves a teleport on the other side. Big beams coming in from Muskingum as they will force everybody to con on this low ground. We'll see how it goes. Penn State, Kraber in hand, the dive into Kaiser Academy, and I'll be honest with you, the drill does not make this a clear exchange. Days is rotating this one back as the rest of these teams are forced in from the Oasis. Casper the noob here from St. Ambrose, a big 99 beam, and there we go. Finally for Penn State, the walls will burn in return, but William & Mary from the outside of zone are truly making short work of this one. a trade on the St. Ambrose over towards the Oasis as Fuel Esports Academy will finish the job. That lifeline ultimate's going to come in clutch here, but not before the NEC Grims will choke this one out on the very furthest edge of zone. They need to put walls down, though. Thor, Spinks, and William and Mary are coming on through here just as quickly. 8 squads remaining, and that high ground being available from Oasis allows teams like Stockton Apex to bide their time. Just Jaw with a knock on a Fruity Cocoa Puff. And for NEC Grims, I don't know if they'll be seeing third place oh so similarly this time. Big snipes against William and Mary. Remember, they do not have a rampart. They do not have control safety. They are playing with the edges that be, the boxes that will give them their survivability. A beautiful Nox gas grenade will snuff out the roaches from down below. Massive snipes from Plant, and that will be a Rigo down. NEC Grims, probably just one remaining member as we say goodbye to our winner from last game, Anna Maria College. Penn State Apex Blue still sticking recovery out towards the very edge as William and Mary, they will choke out this height the best they can. There is a massive Sparrow ultimate. There's no burn that's going to come through. The big break on the walls. Tick, tick, ticking. Rye Dubstar. A knock on to Aiden to deck. And for the NEC Grims, they're full thirsted out. 5 squads remaining. Lifeline ultimate is up. But the big push from William and Mary's got to deliver. There's the break. There's the full reset. The reload. And for Stockton Apex, they bided their time. But was it for too much? Kaiser University surviving as a duo. The slide down here, though, from William and Mary. They'll able to get themselves back up to height, but it's a trade for 2. An EMP coming on through there. Penn State Apex now rotating around the back. Should potentially find the end of the Kaiser roster. Yeah, they're getting drilled out here. And it is a slow assumption of success. Muskingum University versus Penn State, probably to be our final 3v3. Ursaquan drop, Penn State for the full thirst, and we're down to 3 squads remaining. A massive 220 heady, and B-Rays his shot in the back from Ivy. Penn State now in a 2v3 for Muskingum. It was a great Craver, but it is bad timing. The slow assault, the push forward here, stuck with no potential for recovery. It's gonna take hopes and dreams, but you are but memes. A Craver snipe for the 2v2, or the 2v1. Another hit on the Plant, but with gas traps knocked down, and the recovery for success every step of the way here. Muskingum University are your winners of Game 5. You know what? Little delayed on the end call there, but you know what? Sometimes these rosters, they just take their time. Congratulations to Muskingum. I believe that makes it their 2nd dub of the day. We got one last game for ECAC tonight before we head off. Let's take a look at our lobbies. Big refresh on the overall. Game 5 there on the scoreboard. I asked you guys over under 2,200 on the highest damage. The highest damage was 2,100. Nobody took the under. Nobody took the under. Fortune Cookie, Rumbly, Solari, I'm just going to take your money. You've lost it to the house. Guys, when I put a bet out there, even 10 points could have just guaranteed you a free chunk here. 800 points. Fun money on the line. Of course, for the scoreboard, Muskingum University with 12 KP, William and Mary with 11. This is probably going to be the most balanced KP we've seen because Penn State, Anna Maria, and St. Ambrose get 6, 6, and 5 themselves. Not super double digits across the board here, but a wealth of KP. St. Ambrose with 5, but there you go. Stockton, 2, NEC Grims with 3, 4 for Fuel Esports Academy Apex. With our last game on the line here, that is going to be the double dub for Muskingum. 89 points, a 4.0 average placement, and 51 KP. Their KP is only beaten out by William and Mary by 4. Their placement is where they go. I almost went with under. So close. So close. MSU White does start to separate that divide for the top 3. They got 64 themselves, 60 for Penn State Apex Blue, 46 for Anna Maria College there, and Semo Apex Ruby at 32. From 7 all the way down, we're still very much in the race for however this falls. A team like IUI Varsity Jaguars are not secure. A big win for Fairmont State Falcons above 20 and a 0 point for IUI would be a separation. But granted, not a lot of separations left. In terms of KP, everyone from NEC Grims down has yet to find double digits. Lafayette, this was probably, they've had very slow going KP. They have 8 to their name. OC Esports, the same to be said. Those are the 2 highest in our bottom 8. One last prediction of the day. I'm going to ask you guys a fun one. Who wins this game? All right, you get to pick your favorite. Muskingum, William and Mary, MSU White, Penn State, Apex Blue, Anna Maria, Semo, Apex Legends. We're just going to keep going. IUI Varsity, Jaguars. That's hard to spell. I struggle. We'll do 2 more. NEC Grims, IUE Red Wolves, or, as always, anyone else. You could take the big ones. All right. Or wait, hold on. End submissions. I'm going to end submissions there. I got to redo it because it, dang it. Shit. Who wins? Muskingum, William Mary. I accidentally deleted it. MSU White, Penn State. I'm only going to go to the 5 this time. Or Anna Maria. All right, maybe Semo too, because they did win a game. All right, cool. Anyone else? You guys got 5 minutes on the board to get that prediction in. There we go. Vatari, I'll check your application here before we get into it for fun. So here is Braden Thompson, Mr. Vatari. Yes. These are all just basic standards. Why do you want to be a part of the IRL Collegiate Apex Olympics? I think it would be fun, and I think I would be a good addition. All right, as an interviewer, I'm a little disappointed. Okay, everyone says that. This just does not set you apart. Okay, how do you handle pressure, discomfort, and things not going your way? Very well. What does that mean? Okay, what does that mean? During my midterms, yeah. For some people, it's during their midterms. For some people, it's during their spring break. It's just how it goes. Hopefully, while you're studying, though, it's a bit of respite and something entertaining to watch. How do I put in my form? Killa, you're not a college student. Are you a college student, Killa? What do you bring to this event that others might not? A bald head and great vibes and a lust for Zephyr that nobody else has? What? I might have to reject this form. This right here is a threat. I'm not safe. I won't be safe. What's weird about my response? Possibly a lust for Zephyr that nobody else has. You groomed me, but I can't have lust. All right, that's fair. Why do you think it'd be a good camera for a multi-day live IRL event? I'm great on camera on stream and think I'd be great in person and want to try it. That could be very fun. Is there anything that would limit your ability to fully participate? No. If not yourself, who would you like to see at the event? Jack and Waukee. Good picks. Who's the 11th? Kindly Monkey. What did Kindly Monkey say? So I can back all the smack I've been talking. How do you handle pressure? I play Apex. What do you bring to this event that others might not? Southern boy. Why do you think you'd be good on camera? I talk a lot and would say I'm pretty outgoing. True. Is there anything that would limit your ability to fully participate? My parents. If not yourself, who would you like to see at the event? Group T. Group T is the highest answer to this question, by the way. Everyone pretty much says Group T. Get your forms in. Killa, I've posted it in quite a few of the Apex Collegiate servers in the self-promo tab, as well as on my Collegiate server. So that is definitely a big one. Last game of the day. We talked about it here. the race for the top. 2 minutes on your predictions. Get your bets in. There's currently 3,000 points up for grabs on this prediction with 2 minutes to go. Guys, get them in, okay? Get your predictions in. The games are already started. The IUE Apex Red Wolves will be probably the first team eliminated. And that, I mean, you're getting a little bit of extra information about the anyone else tab right now because
Enemy close.
16 squads remaining. Plenty of time out ahead here as we will be going to a different zone. I'd tell you where it's going, but I just don't have that Olympus experience. A big break from Lafayette onto Mate O'May. That'll be the full Thurston. The only question is, where's the remnants of that roster? One last minute on the prediction. I know we've already got KP. Zephyr's giving you that as a gift. With 3,000 points on the line, just put 10 points on Muskingham. Put 10 points on William and Mary. Put 10 points on Anna Maria. You never know. It could be the difference between you walking away with 3,000 or you walking away with nothing here. I mean, seriously, it is a minor loss at that for the prediction. 40 seconds. Penn State currently leads at 3,000. 1K for MSU White. I mean, I hope someone else comes through here. IUE Red Wolves will be wiped out as we got the IUI Varsity Jaguars with a knock there. It's Imperial choked out. And from up on high, they should be able to finish the job here. Stockton Apex, though, a quick evac for recovery. And that will allow them to keep this game going, albeit with St. Ambrose and Muskingham out ahead. Might not be for long. A lifeline ultimate quickly in response for William and Mary here. Means whoever be at the edge of this one, Anna Maria, they gotta play their life. Philip Sonicare's on the other end of the inside of Turbine. And there is a third party to this exchange playing out from height here. It could have not been a third party. It might just be Rye Dougstar, who was super separated. I'm not seeing a third party, so it's probably just Rye. William and Mary now choking the life out of this one. Straight for the Turbine. A big beam. Ghost with a knock. Thorax Sphinx double on the Flesh Found. And for William and Mary Esports, I mean, there's the full Thirst on Ghost. They're just going to try and chase Anna Maria down to a duo here. The best thing they can do is split this one out. Double sides, double assumption. Give yourself the best potential for survivability. No success for St. Ambrose here. They will be wiped out as Philip Sonicare 530 caught by the Magic Trickster. William and Mary have been electric all day long, and I asked after that Octane got banned, what would you be playing? For Magic Trickster, onto the Sparrow, and on to the end of Anna Maria College. They won the first game of Olympics, but have looked no better here for the rest. IUI Varsity Jaguars on the interior with plenty of time to go. Aiden Tech. I mean, you got the walls down. Here comes the lifeline off, but it's really just a trade for your life there. There's going to be that last reset. And for Stockton Apex, like I said, you're going to get chased out nonetheless. For the Nox gas grenade, third parties right around the back here. Too dizzy, get that reset done. Massive beams in the corner, but there is no trade in response. Plant, Ivy, double Nox found. And for Muskingham University, they showcased a dub last time and could be on their way to 3 here today. Welcome back, OY. This is officially the last game of the day for ECAC. Again, I want to thank you guys for being here. Consider a follow if you love Collegiate Apex for University of Lafayette. I mean, I'll tell you what, they love surviving. They've got the quick port play out there. Augustus with a bare neck breach of their health. Pretty bad. It's actually able to get the drop on to Little Droolhead. And for Kaiser University Academy, I mean, they're stuck for one. Potential resets, and that kind of asks of you, maybe they didn't have to. I like Fuel Esports Academy's position, but Semo Apex Ruby could potentially finish. Has week 2 gotten rid of the long pauses? I mean, it's currently, we started at 7, and it's currently 9:16 here in Central Time. This is fairly standard. Octane is a bit faster with this, as is College Apex, but for ECAC, this is fantastic. They're doing a great job getting through the lobbies today compared to week 1. So I'm glad they found that consistency. We'll see how it goes for the rest.
This upgrade should help.
There is no rest. It's just, I meant rest of the weeks. Wait, OI, Kaiser University didn't sign back up, or PSU? Yeah, no Kaiser or PSU in Octane. Fuel Esports Academy, I talked about how they have one of the best positions for this end zone. And for Semo Apex Ruby, from first place in game 1 to now chase the very same position, taking away this height will pay dividends for their end game here. Not sniper, this is a round 2. You can just take the trident, get that reset on the edge of zone. Yeah, no more Kaiser Penn State beef. It's all said and done. Talk about the days of yore. Muskingum University, they've come off of 2 wins today. They're looking for their 3rd from the eastern side out of the energy. This could set themselves up for success, but from on high, you will have to climb here in the end game. Fuel Esports Academy, they were forced to drop just but a second ago. Semo Apex taking away their spot. From MSU, though, they're starting to work their way in from the Hammond side. Got to get through the terminal. Terminal, of course, will be the choke point of so many of these teams here. As you'll see, NEC, they're one of those 2 squads still stuck out as Semo Apex. I mean, you could pop on over to the phase driver, see if you could get some of that extra KP. My only worry is you go over to phase, you take a bad fight, I mean, you'll lose out on your height, okay? That height alone will get them into a top 5 position, depending on how they play it. Jaguars might already be reviving in the position that they just gave up. For William and Mary, Magic Trickster has led all day long as a huge KP leader, but for MSU White, the same can be said for Andrew here. 2 of the best currently in this lobby, and 2 of the best fighting this one out. There's going to be that Arc Star engage. Magic Trickster is back into it, but the quick nades from up on high does find a bit of damage on the Magic, but not the re-knock. Once again, a fadeaway on the Thermite here. Rye Duckstar looking. There's a big beam for the crack, but 1 comes in return as Magic Trickster is healing this one out here. William Mary, they are, though, able to find the first knockdown onto Shrimp. There is the Apex burn, and for what was an incredible start against them, has turned into abject failure against MSU. 1 remaining member up to secondary. There's the drill on the other side of the door to keep this one pushing away, and that is a beautiful runaway. But you are no Kanye. MSU White popped off in 11th, zone closing in just enough time to keep this one in towards the terminal. Penn State Apex Blue might be the gatekeeper of this current position. Semo Apex Ruby, I want to point this out, they rotated towards the west. They got to fight for their height back now. Shout out to them. They decimated the Jaguars. I don't know if Kaiser helped them out there with some damage, but for giving away their height, my gosh. TSU has the same roster in here as they did in Octane? Yes, they do! They're just not signed up for Octane. Some schools, they just can't afford both. Some schools, some players don't want to play both. It's not that deep. UL Apex Red, it's not that deep. They've got themselves big success on OC Esports gatekeeping. The problem is, with no true cover, and, well, actually maybe just barely the rock to work with, it's a lifeline reset out ahead of them. 7 squads. We'll see how this one finishes off. Hopefully, we're not going to slideshow this one to the end. Muskingum and Solar Ray, UL, William and Mary, and Penn State Apex Blue. They got a little bit of a holdout between the 2 of them here. Shout out to William and Mary. They utilized the Ash Ultimate to get them ahead of Penn State Apex, so now they are the gatekeepers, even though Penn State Apex Blue was here first. A little switcheroo action from William and Mary to get them into a better position. Only problem is, Penn State doesn't have to move. They actually have zone to their name. William and Mary, they're going to move on, see if they can gatekeep this southern side. Semo Apex, I talked about how this high ground position converts so well. And you can see from this, I mean, this is a final finish that's coming in lightning quick. There's Seni Satori from the Fuel roster, right around the cusp of zone there. They're going to get the full thirst, and from behind the care package, you might be seeing the end of them here very shortly. Little runaway and a big burn from Sharpie says goodbye to Fuel Esports Academy. Rye Dugstar from William Mary will get that knock onto V-Rays as we talk about, I mean, the end of double rosters on either side. There goes Lafayette to Muskingum. William and Mary in their big fight against Penn. The longer this takes, by the way, the more likely Muskingum's going to come third party you in a second. There's the reset on the Magic Trickster. V-Ray's is going to get hopefully reset on the other end. It's a big portal, but with that zone closing in, you're forced to fight this at some point. There's going to be the revive, and William and Mary, they don't get their own. You can only question, does Muskingham pressure them out here? It has to be. Has to be Muskingham pushing them away from this fight. These guys have some shooters. Gotta be honest, Sharpie was looking pretty good for Semo Apex. I apologize about the delay on some of these final fights here. It is Apex, it is not me. I've got massive KBS right now going. Muskingham University, double duo, Plant and Ivy. They will survive as they will. They did face a knock here to Penn State's reset from the interior, so congratulations to them. Muskingham, they don't actually third-party a legitimate fight. They come through on a bad reset there. It does punish out William Mary to take us to 4 squads remaining. Penn State sticking this out. We'll see how it goes. A couple long-range snipes in the chamber for Semo. They are not in zone. Muskingham has a full 3-piece. Penn State, the same to say. Muskingham just got this reset off with current mud. It is a good holdout from Ivy. The triple take finds the knock onto V-Rays to stop Penn State in their tracks. I don't know if that's the full thirst, though. Another great crack from Plant here, and that protection allows Muskingham to get a full 3-piece together. Shout out to Ursa Twan, by the way. Kaiser Academy has been playing as a duo all of today, and they've shown some really good placement, even if they do not have the full 3-piece. Now, Penn State, they were able to get their member back into play here. 18 seconds to go, and this is my worry. Penn State is on the very cusp of zone. I didn't get to check if they have the port play available, but either way, the minute they make big moves, you run right into Semo Apex's face. A good crack and a knock, though, could be the difference maker. I was about to say you have to look for an engage somewhere. This has to be perfect from Penn State. If this is not utterly perfect, Semo Apex comes in and cleans you up. The gas traps will make it difficult to assault this building, and it really is no better. Ivy with a re-knock, burns from the other side, current mud with a trade, and with all of this being said, Semo Apex is in the perfect position to push and finish. They will run into that final rat remaining for Kaiser, and they're just not pushing this fast enough. If I was them, I would be finishing the job while I have the chance. Semo, finally, long-range 301 knocks, and that sets them up for a 3v2 here. Kaiser is still in it as a rat. Massive nades cracks from Novak. Up to height they will go. No trade in return there. Let the Catalyst face the action as Ursa Twan rats this one out below. Somehow, Penn State have gotten the revive off. Whether you like it or not, 3v3, Penn State against the world. Multiple revives this game. They're still stuck on the edge of zone here. I mean, it would take a miracle. They do have that building if they want to play into it, though. Semo Apex, they've got the entire outside here. One thing that could throw a wrench into their plan is always Ursa Twan. You never know where Ursa Twan will put damage down as a rat right now. Penn State, 28 seconds. Slowing this one down. Like I said, you have that high ground. Semo Apex Legends Ruby starting to posture out towards this western side. I like it. The high ground advantage can help them a little bit to try to suss out these kills. I don't know how big it is. It does look like Kaiser has been found out by Semo off of this rotate. You can see that piercing spikes, finding a chunk of damage. I mean, you want to become Hardeki. I think both sides of the equation see Ursa for what it's worth at this point. Try as you may, Rift energy there. This has allowed Penn State a lot more space to play on the outskirts. The same to be said for Semo. This is just too early. There is no way this is the big cut that you want. That is going to force Ursa Twan, though, to the other side of the wall. And, I mean, port for port, Ursa Twan is just barely playing their life. The zone at this point and the piercing spikes will finish the job. Semo picks up that KP. And that wall's going to come down here in a second. Penn State have slight advantage now on their height. Semo in a 3v3 exchange. We're talking straight arenas. Big burns from afar, but only 13 for Sharpie. No big beam this time around. Penn State looking for any major peak to start this knockoff. The same for Semo. Mono here for our last game of the day. 16-26 on the Volti. Picking health for Penn State. A beam on the fence line on the other side. There's the dive and follow through. Finally, a crack on the V-Res. Semo knows this is their opportunity. This is their chance. A final P2020 knock has to come through here as the gas ticks away. Try to survive. One last remaining. Semo pick up their final dub. Congratulations to Semo, Apex Legends Ruby. 2 dubs on the day, up against Penn State. I was really hoping for a Penn State win there. They really have been hunting for it. Congratulations to Semo. No one bet on them. That means everybody's points are void. Guys, when I tell you to bet, even with 10 points down, you could have been a winner. Congratulations to those of you. And by those of you, I mean none of you. Looking at our scoreboard here for the final match. The final recovery. Muskingum will finish the day at 104. 2 wins and a second place finish. There's William and Mary with a second and third. Penn State with great consistency, but no win. The KP is also something to hunt for in future weeks ahead here. 72, though, is no slouch. And 3 second place finishes with 1 third is definitely great. A first, second, third for MSU White. There's a double win for Semo Apex Legends Ruby. They pop on back up. But their low KP keeps them in the exact same discussion as Penn State here. I mean, and honestly, low KP comes to be the recipe for a lot of these teams struggling. Semo does start with a win and ends with a win on the day, but 59 could be a lot more explosive if you work on those 3v3s. You could be a William and Mary. You could be a Muskingum. 47 for Anna Maria with their single win on the day. IUI Varsity Jaguars. 20 KP, but a 12 average placement. Kaiser University Academy, they survived a third there, and shout out to them. 6.8 as a duo is no joke. Only 4 KP, of course. 14 for Lafayette, the only team that really makes up the rest of it, and diminishing here for the rest. NEC Grims, IUE Red Wolves Apex 2, OC Esports Apex, Field Esports Academy Apex, Stockton Apex, St. Ambrose Esports, Spalding Snipers, and there at the bottom, the Fairmont State Falcons. How did we get higher than UL with 4 kills? You know, end of the day, this placement is no joke. 6.8. You had a third place, a fourth place, a fifth place, a fifth place, 1/14th and 1/10th. Your storm point was a little bit weaker, but you really were able to survive there towards the end. Congratulations to everyone who played today. I want to thank you guys for stopping by, and I want to thank especially those of you who came on over from the raid and stuck around, and any of you who are in Collegiate. I cover Collegiate every day. Tuesdays and Wednesdays, we've got scrims. Thursdays, we got Play versus League. Fridays, we have Premier League, the Pro League of Collegiate. Saturdays, we have Contenders, which is the CC of Collegiate, as well as College Apex, NECC's College Apex. Sundays, we have the follow-through of College Apex for NECC. And Mondays, we have ECAC. If you want to stay up to date, you can follow me here on Twitch. You can take a look at the schedule down below. You can check out myself on Twitter, where I post a ton about Collegiate. And in general, if you love competitive Apex, Zephyr is a great person to follow. Thank you guys so much for watching today. Let's get a raid going. Let's carry this one forward. Who can we raid? Who's top of Premier right now? I missed week 1. Fisher? GG's from Muskingum. Congratulations, Ivy. You look damn good. There's plenty of fun call-outs for y'all's roster if you go back and check the VOD. Thank you so much for letting me watch your games today. You guys looked great. A double win. Fantastic. Yo, Ivyless. Thank you for the follow. Can't wait to see what the rest of you guys do. It's going to be a hard uphill battle against teams like USM, Minnesota, and Cumberland. But you got some beamers. And congratulations. GG's. Thank you guys. All right. I'm looking for a raid. One last raid of the day. Who do we got? Honestly, I'm just going to hop on over to Twitch. I mean, Who do we have? Daxon. We always raid Daxon, guys. We can't raid the same person every time. I do love Daxon. I really do. Fantastic player. Yo, Winter Deadeye. What a dope-ass name. That's very cool. Thank you so much for the follow. What you do in future? Do it. It's time. I could do what you do in future. Why not? Last day rank 17. All right, why not? He can't possibly be upset by this. I feel like we're chill now. I feel like we're chill. There you go. Let's raid future. Last day. He's a pred. Thank you guys so much for watching. Tune in tomorrow for scrims and the Premier List contenders. Thank you guys so much for being here. Remember, follow me on my socials. Follow me on all the other stuff. Follow. Blah, 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 blah. Stay tuned for more collegiate action. We got a lot prepared for this whole month. And once again, thank you for being here.